Howdy, yo, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Yeah. Happy Saturday. We made it. Also, happy Pi Day. It's 3/14. Happy Pi Day. And we are not celebrating with any pie. We're playing some more Esoteric Ebb. This game has honestly been really good. It's been really well written. Yeah, so I think we're getting kind of close to the end of it, actually. So yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, let's get into it. Let me unmute so y'all can hear the music, and then mute there so you don't hear that music. I think we're good. Cool. Let's dive into it. So last we left off, we're basically like, this is the roots, the city below the city. And our buddy here, Mr. Snail, he was stuck and we got him unstuck. So now we can go to the city below. So, and as you look to my left, I'm starting to get better at this mirror image thing. We don't really have any spell slots. Yeah, so gotta figure that out. Also, my cape is a mimic. Yeah. That was fun last episode. All right, we got dancing lights. Okay, so one thing we definitely need to do before I forget. Ooh, I was trying to see if I could put on, where is it? This. So I recover a first level spell slot every 3rd hour. How many 3rd spell slots do I got? That's a question. Oh. Feels esoteric perfectly. Oh, we have 19 incense for first level spell slots. Okay, we might be okay. What about second level? I forget what it is for second level, if I'm completely honest. I've forgotten about the bracers of thievery we got. It's fine. Nope, it's not the leaves, because those are the leaves that smelled bad in the tea shop. I don't remember the second level spell slots, but oh well. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, right? But first, what I want to go do before we go there and we waste no spell slot talking to our bro right here, we have a couple pamphlets for, where is it? It's not there. For our girl, not you. Not you. Not that. But basically we need to, as I'm choking my own spit, we need to pass out like 3 pamphlets for the free striders so we can get into their warehouse so we can, they don't know it, but you know, we're apolitical. So we're just going to kind of, you know, steal stuff for some other people. Also steal stuff for ourselves, obviously. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. We got word that there's someone who owns a kiosk that goes and fishes behind there afterward. So I want to see if that's the case, and if so, we can maybe get that done. So at least one more of them. So it's afternoon behind the kiosk. Here, let me save it just to be safe. Where are you? Okay. Well, I can go in here whenever I want, so suck it. Oh, that looks weird. Oh yeah, we have to figure out that riddle, but I think it has to do with something beneath us, so. See, he's not open till night. So it might just be he's not here yet. But my worry is that like going to the city below is going to take a lot of time, I feel like. Because this definitely feels kind of like close to end of game-ish. So, yeah. Actually, let me do this. Let me do that. And then we will eat... Oh. Right-clicking gets you out of that menu. So that's fun. We will consume one of those. And then consume... Honestly, one hit... That's going to bug somebody that we're 22 out of 23 hit points. It's fine. It's fine, you know. Oh, I wonder if we could talk to her about this. That's adorable. The fact that she's shading her friend. That's hilarious. The goblin clears his throat and gives the halfling a bow. So you're the Kargameshan vendor that came by the other day. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm popular then. You're affiliated with the dragon I hear of? Yeah, everything worked out with the application? It did. Send my regards to your queen. She's not, sure, I'll do that. Gives you nod steps back. Yep. You're a local entrepreneur, right? I suppose, she said and grabs the paper. Oh, I see. One of these. Not entirely sure I reached the requirements of being a local, but I suppose it can't hurt to look over the legals here. Thank you. Thanks. Nice tent. Thank you. It's an old rag and a stick. Priceless. Looks very useful on a day like this. Yes, hence priceless. What you got? Esoteric shards. Helmet, 10 pieces of incense. A dream pitch, elven ointment. There's a lot of good things in here. Haggle 20%. I think I'm good for right now. We got one more done. Trying to think where a third one would be. See if we can get that, and so when we come back up, we can just walk into Water Lane and complete that quest. We could do the book guide, but the book guide's not open until later, so that could work. I think we just do the booksmith. Because he said his boss fishes out here. But he's not going to be out here for probably a few more hours. So let's go ahead and head on back under. So that way we're basically teed up to getting this quest done. So I thought about that when we quit the other night. I was like, wait, I need to make sure I do this. So... Boop. Let's go over here. Bye, Mr. Rat. Boom chicka boom. Alrighty, let's make our way down here. Alright. Let's talk to this big old snail dude. See what he's got to say. Boop, 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 boop. Talk. Gigantic hail snail. You stand in the root's chamber. Lord Reckham has moved here with his family. Several smaller hail snail cluster around the massive patriarch. The air's cold, frigid even. As you approach, the great snail's eye stalks focus on you. A clicking sound. Both faint and loud at once. Yes, I would, please. The clicking transforms into words as your spell takes hold. Little friend, you freed us. Lord Reckham's voice is slow, deliberate. Like each word costs him great effort. You're welcome, Lord Reckham. Grateful. We are my children. They thank you. The smaller snails click in unison. How you feeling? Warm. Warmer. The cold sleep fades. Soon we move again. Will you stay here? For now, yes. This place, it is good. Moisture, darkness, peace. We will stay. Do you need anything? No, little friend. You have given enough. We are content. All right, see you, bud. Little guy deserves a reward. The giant snail slowly unveils something shiny from its mouth. Treasure of... It's your family treasure, keep it. An amethyst? You get your hands on a slimy gemstone. We are eternally grateful. Snell glares at the giant gem. Then he gives you a thumbs up. Thank you, Lord Reckham. Break the spell. The words fade back into clicking. Slow. Rhythmic. Peaceful. They seem comfortable here. Yeah, the roots has good enough moisture levels, and is cold enough for them without being too cold for us. Lady Sageleaf is less than thrilled, but she's allowing it for now. Have a good one, Lord Reckham. Cool. What does this do? A purple gemstone is very pretty and probably very expensive. Once this whole election business is over, you can either sell it on the black market, okay, that's something, or turn it into the tower for a reward. Neither would really net you a fortune, but maybe a fraction of one. +1 charisma, -1 intelligence. Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I have the Discord links below, if I remember correctly. if I think I set it up there. So, appreciate the kind words. Oh lordy. It's gotten really hot down there. Oh, how long do we have to wait for those? Oh, it's gonna be this way. I'm stupid. It's gonna be this way. It's gonna be this way. It's gonna be this way. Mirror imaging's a little still plays a little havoc with me. It's gonna be this way. Yeah. Because we saw them run this way. All right. No? Where'd our celestial go? If I need to wait one more day, I'm actually very happy to do so. I have negative spell slots, so I'm okay if we gotta wait to day 4. I'm actually more okay with that. This wizard, you can find something interesting. Oh, hello. Figure stands before you, frozen in stone, completely petrified. Their arms are raised defensively, hands covering their faces. The posture of poised pure terror. Basilisk? Oh, that's not good. Why do you guys just have these statues in the area? You don't make the rules, cleric. The old lady would love to clean these up, but there are laws against it. This is designated as a dungeon area, not as in the jail type dungeon, but as in dangerous monster territory. So if you find petrified victims, no matter how old, we're not allowed to even touch them. Only clerics can do that. We don't have clerics with spells powerful enough. Seems to be the case, eh? Anyway, try not to break this poor sod. Look at the robes. Ornate robes with arcane embroidery. Wizard. The style is old. Decades, maybe longer. From the arcane era by the looks of it. Look close, figure, why not? The details are perfectly preserved in stone. Every fold of fabric, every strand of hair. Petrification captures everything in the moment of death. Okay, let's look at the cloak. There's a rectangular shape pressed against their chest, a book clutched beneath the robes. What's the book? You peer between the stone folds of fabric. One page is particularly visible. Text upon it is still somewhat legible. What is it? The handwriting is cramped, a wizard's notes. Most of the page is obscured by the angle in the stone. One phrase stands out clearly, written in bold lettering. Oh no, it's the Master Hagenshags. It's our Mimic's Cloaks dude. Or a past phrase. Hagenshags. That is the name of one of the greatest House of Arcanists in Old Demeanor. Interesting. Okay, we went there. I thought there'd be something here we needed to do. Oh, they have to finish constructing the path down there. Gotcha. Okay. So what can we do? That's a question. I have a feeling that is going to be in their warehouse. That's going to be in the warehouse. I feel like the fishermen are going to be down there because we haven't seen anybody. I feel like that's going to be down there. Somewhere in the dungeons in the city below. That's the dungeons area. 300 pieces. We could try to figure that one out. Class conflict. Yeah, you met the angel in the city below, yet she will only join you once you've reached even further on your descent. So that means we have to go down here. Okay. So we gotta wait. Let's talk to you really quickly. You, helmed mankind. There's a dwarf who says you won't let him pass here. The dark dwarf, yes, he asked for access to the south tunnels. He's not permitted. Why not? Lady does not permit it. Lady Sageleaf does not allow looters on her grounds. Only official expeditions. Good, he seems like a profiteer. I have no strong feeling on that, but Lady Sageleaf does not will it. She frowns. If you go into the south tunnels, be aware of monsters. They crawl in from below, infesting the caverns. We clean them out every other week, but they return often. Isn't the pest control guild supposed to take care of that kind of stuff? She lets out a deep laugh. Pest control? They won't step below the lower, especially on Tolstad. Bunch of weaklings looking for easy payouts. If we can't deal with it ourselves, we hire outside muscle, not the PCG. Historically, the PCG have trouble dealing with the massive amount of requests of monsters and esoterical things crawling through Norvik. You've heard many tales of pest controllers in your days. The Pest Control Guild works closely with clerics. Cool. Back in the day, retired clerics would often gravitate toward the PCG, but these days, most clerics don't want to get their hands dirty in that sort of way. What kind of monsters? Anything that crawls through the cracks. Ooh. So like what? Last month we killed a hook horror. It was a great hunt. That bunch of giant spiders. Fantastic. A gray ooze. Last year we had to get a specialist to deal with a hive of cranium ants. They negotiated for days. We have a cranium ant with us right now. So that's might not be great, you know? Cranium ant with us, you didn't hear anything there. The worst thing was probably the Grix. I hate those things. I'm sad to say we've not yet to deal with the bullet. I know what bullets are. Those are really difficult. I do not think those land sharks enjoy tunneling here. But there have been reports of a few of them moving closer to settlements in the last year, over in Verdun. I want to skin one of those things one day. That'd be pleasurable. Cool. Defeated Roper in the South Caves. A Roper? That's a ferocious beast. They do not come this far up very often. Well done, human. Thanks. See ya. Yeah, so I think we gotta wait till tomorrow for that. So I'm actually okay with that. That gives me a chance to recover some spell slots. So, because they're still building the road down there, I'm assuming that's going to happen by tomorrow, I'm going to guess. Okay, let's just double check we didn't miss anything in here. Oh, we could check in with our boy. Oh, wasn't there a... Yeah, there was a door back here. That's a one-way door that we can't get to. Huh. See if we can figure that out. Nada. Thing we haven't done here. That takes us back down there. Kind of trying to double check the area, see if we haven't done anything. Okay. Wait, how many of, we're missing 2 rats. Okay. Oh, interesting. If you click 3 times, it's just auto run and you can use WASD. Cool. Actually make this a lot easier than just me just constantly clicking. Is our boy here gone? Okay. Can we pick that up? I'm not curious. Can we pick that up? Yeah. And we are there. Oh, we can't, darn. I was hoping we could. Yep. Cool. Looks like there's a way up here, but I don't even know how you do that. So this is broken. We know this. All right, let's go back up, I guess. Anything else we've missed down here so far? Because we're waiting on them to like build a place, a way for us to go up. Down there, there's nothing. Already checked there. We might just be in like a holding pattern for a day. We do. Oh, this is cool. I haven't seen this before. This is actually really cool. Oh, this is sick. That's actually really well done and really, really cool. Cool. Let's get out of here. Go here. See if we can talk with Lady Sageleaf about anything. See what we got. Cleric, you've returned. Do we have anything? I had a chat with a very mysterious elf. She lifts her head and glares at you. The warden. Yeah, how'd you know? Well, I heard from Viskin that they took the corpse. Did not expect them to move so quickly. He told me that Pinja, the dead elf, was trying to do something horrible. What exactly? She was planning an esoteric attack on election day to blow up the Temple of Earth. She laughs, flinging her head back. Do not trust a word that bastard's spewing. He's either trying to save himself or protect someone else and just put her in some kind of scapegoat. The Ilum are dangerous. While I do not know their exact involvement with this incident, they're all dirty, I swear. If Warren Curlervo, we got there it is, pulls up to personally explain how he's innocent, then he's got filthy hands all over it. Fair assessment. Good old elves. There's no doubt in my mind. Found out who Curlervo is working with. Consider the Ilum. They're probably trying to interfere with the election themselves. Who would work with the elves? Okay. See ya. Let's go this way. These will be one of those things where you kind of just gotta wait for stuff for a little bit. Oh yeah, isn't there a check here? Sure. Let's check this cast comprehend languages. Casting the spell infuses your fingers with a tingling sensation. You trace out the symbols on the surface of the rock. These ancient glyphs suddenly rearrange in your mind. You understand it somewhat. Students, brothers, followers. Lay down your arms, your souls, your ego. The gates remain open. No god shall close them. Enter leyline location. Offer your mind and stay put on the string. Leyline location seems like a poorly translated now. Spell fades as you finish translating the message. These are the words of a very old people. Interesting. Wait, who are you? Engage. The dwarf ignores you. The storm calls to me. What you got on you? We got 700 gold. I think we're fine. Legendary ones. How tough is this check again? We have an 8. We have an 8. We needed a 6. We have so many Jor things. We're gonna try it again. Nailed it. Nailed it. You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Then you hear a voice, a faint voice, a hoarse voice. Secrets end when spoken. Did the damn wall just talk? Esoteric really just follows you around, doesn't it? Oh, good, you're not crazy. Talking to walls now. Awesome. Meek not like this. That's our mimic cloak. Meek think master on bad path. What's it like being a wall? Nothing. Nothing good or nothing bad? Nothing in isolation. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. Do you know what Norvik is? No. Fair enough, all right. Makes sense, at least if this wall is older than the Reconquest. How old are you? 15 times Alines. How many years is that? 2,000. Oh, you've been here for a long time then. Gate era. Could have been built by one of yours beasts. What's your name? Jancy. Oh, really? It's a pretty name. Okay. What's your political affiliation? Fear. It's a perfect response, actually. Are you sure you understand the question? Yes. Yep. All right, then. Who built you, Wall? The god. Which god? Iomestra. Haven't heard of that one. Never heard of that god. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten like that. All right, all the question I have, Wall. Give it a pat. Okay. The crack disappears as quickly and silently as it came to. Then silence. You really have a knack for getting info out of anything, cleric. That was surely an esoteric event. Or else, you're turning mad. Nicest wall you've ever met. Thank you for your time. Fair enough, all right. All right, so it is 1 o'clock in game. Do we see any fishermen over here? We do not. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Huh?
Hi. The owner. Pretty nice merman. He's not very talkative. He usually fishes behind the kiosk in the afternoons. I guess we're not close enough to afternoon yet. I guess it's 12:44 in game. What does he do around here? Sock the shawl usually really early in the mornings. Beyond that, I think he just does other stuff. What does he pay you? 5 crowns an hour. Nice, dude. My brother taught me how to negotiate. Trust your brother. Sure, I will. Trying to avoid the subject. That's fair. All right. See you. Question. Do we have a... We don't? Do we not have a way to just like fast forward time? Because that's essentially what I need right now. It's just a way to fast forward time. Because I'm now just like waiting for things to get to happen. Oh, where does this take us? That's a question. That's a question. Oh, brother, can I have the key? Oh, let me just walk all the way around here. How do I open the gate? Give me the key. Then he simply throws you the key. It's probably because we've done the Lich House quest. Why? He's clearly just stronger than you. He could have just said no. The city below is a darkness incarnate. Do not tread without care. Okay. We know who you serve, so... And let's go. Okay, so where did we pop out here? Oh, we're here! I was wondering how you got here. Very cool. Okay. Oh, we're in this area. Oh, how cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. Because this was locked earlier, we couldn't get here. That's really cool. Okay. So now I know the shortcut to get to there. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Yeah, the election's in 2 days. The election is very, very soon, game. Are now ready for the election. Can I put my vote early? No way. I'll obviously make sure that they're empty before they start the process. See ya. Nothing in here. Yeah, we're very much in a just waiting type of thing right now. Is there anything we can do up here? Yeah, I think I've been too efficient in this game. Oh, can we read the things that she has here? Dang it. Dang it, she's here. All right. Cleric, have a good day. Pop travel guide. And by Free Strider. Free Strider propaganda. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I chose something other than that. What'd you say? You're still here? Looking at books? You got here all day. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I was trying to waste some time, buddy. Sorry. Because there isn't a way to, like, fast forward time, I don't think. Because literally right now, we're just waiting on things to like, get done. Yeah, this is actually really cool. Yeah, because we gotta go here now, and they're building it. So we really are in just like a holding pattern. All right, let's see if we can find a merman. No, here. It says behind the stall, which I would think would be like right here. Yeah, I'm going here. Hi. Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. Little one, she says, and looks right through you. Isn't it lonely to hang around here for a millennia? She takes a deep breath. I must remember that my perspective on time is different than from a mortal's. When one views events on A scale measured in eras. A chat like this is but a fleeting blink amongst a heaven of stars. So everything is going really fast for you. The Sphinx takes a moment. When a child grows, a house once thought massive will soon start to feel cramped. As time grinds on, the idea of today is no longer a canon of possibilities. For me, the house is minuscule. Just jumping side to side really quick. Thanks for sharing your perspective. You're welcome, little one. Mortality makes life beautiful. I've heard that countless times. Yet it always comes from those trapped in its clutches. I suppose perspective is everything. Hanging around a tavern can't be too lonely, right? Times have indeed changed. During what you called the Arcane Era, I had few visitors. These days, I'm inclined to enjoy the life surrounding me, even with its occasional annoyances. While the average quality of my conversations might have declined, there is value in communicating with all manner of creatures. Knowledge comes in all shapes. If the world is full of imbeciles, then knowing imbeciles will let you know the world. Fair enough. I'm not an imbecile, right? She stares at you for a long while. Of course not, little one. That could have hurt. So there's no dude sphinx in your life then? Her expression changes subtly. I have found that when this question is put to me, despite my vast age, despite my demeanor, despite everything, the inquirer is not inferring to companionship. She taps a claw. You wish to speak of reproduction, little one? Cleric, are you sure about this? Is it an awkward subject? Yes. Okay. Cool. See you later. Who are you voting for? I'm not. Good, leave it to the mortals. The Sphinx sits for a moment. She's considering whether this was a rude comment to her or to the mortals. I cannot leave to vote, I'm afraid. Even if it was my business to leave an imprint on the affair of mortals. You can't even leave here for a minute or two? I could, but that'll break my divine quest. Fair. Good to know. We know about... What's that door behind you? Nothing. It's clearly something. Yep. We know. We have to... It's the riddle thing. It's the riddle thing, which we don't have yet. So... Which I think the answer to is like below the city below. So... Go back in here. Because why not? God, that looks like a secret exit, but it's not. Question, can we get my bike out of here? There's stillness here on the uncommon side of the heart of the city. Usual commuters head past the tea shop. Hey, Meek. Check out this bike. The man who looks at the yellow bike with a bulbous eye. What's his bike? A highly efficient vehicle for urban traversal. Meek is intrigued. Meek is scared. What if you fall and hit your head? That's where the helm comes in, buddy. That's why Master has thing on head. Meek learns so much about Master. Meek enjoy not dungeon very much. You gotta take him for a ride once in a... Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Anybody down here? No. Oh, right. We can't go in there. Because he opens at midnight. Hello. How's it going? I'm working on it, buddy. I'm working on it. Wait, what? Why did I hear a squeak? I thought I heard a squeak. Not gonna lie to you. Hi, Mr. Crab. How are you? Just going to water lane. Don't mind me. Can't talk to you. We can't go up there. That's a spell slot thing, but we're good. Get there. Wait, hold on. Hold on. When the main door's on Waterview Lane, this one's as damp as the rest. Just knock on the door. Rap, rap, rap against solid wood. Wait. The moment passes as it does. Then the sound of heavy latching flung open. A human male, mid-30s, his short hair ruffled, his cloak wrapped around him like a makeshift toga. Oh, gods, no, 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 no. You see the tears forming in his eyes as he leans forward pleading. What happened to him? How awful. He thinks you're delivering terrible news. What? You talking to me? The man blinks at you. Is Octavio okay? I don't know, I'm sorry. That's good? Does this Octavio guy usually get into trouble? So he's not in trouble? No, why would you ask that? Oh, thank the gods. He rushes to give you a big hug. How lovely to share an embrace with a fellow man. This truly makes me glad. Take a step back, wiping half-formed tears from his cheek. I am Manius. I must have jumped to conclusions here. Yeah, sorry about that. We're here to investigate the tea shop. Yeah, what he said. Oh! This generic human male looks around him. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to disclose any information to local militia. That is what you are, no? A cleric of the local militia? No, that's not... You see, Octavio, he's a busy man. But he directly instructed me that in the case there are any inquiries, you have to go through the official channels, even for his inner circle. Not sure I follow. I'm sorry, I swear to you, we all have the legalities in order. I have diplomatic immunity. Your companion gives you a raised eyebrow towards the ceiling type look. Diplomatic immunity? Yeah. Who are you exactly? Oh, I'm Manius. I'm a free strider and a member of the Ascani Reeds Trade Company. I work for the First in Command Guild agent at Tolstad. Frank cannot offer anything more than that. So you're saying... Good day. He shut the door in your face. That was a roller coaster of emotions. What's a roller coaster? You haven't heard of a... It's one of those carnival things, you know, one of those things that one inclines with a little cart you ride all the way down. I thought those were called slippy slides. They are. The goblin's misinformed. Sorry to inform you, but the name changed a couple years back. Probably because slippy slides is an awful name. All right, well, I'm not going to call them that, so you go ahead and translate it in your head. Anyway, can we go now? Yeah. That's hilarious. All right. Talk to this guy right here? Nope, because we gotta wait till night. We gotta wait till 7 o'clock to talk to that guy. Wait, can we talk to you about joining the thing? See if we can. Oh my gosh, I forgot I haven't done all this stuff yet. Oh, let me take a swig. Expert in alignment. Okay, now we're ready. I forgot I haven't done this. Somewhat, I wrote my masterpiece on the subject. That should account for somewhat of an understanding on the subject, but not enough. Never enough. Can you change your alignment? Of course, any creature is capable of leaning in the axis depending on the day-to-day actions. Who decides what's what? You mean the parameters are good and evil? Yeah. Many have asked that question. Look, like all things, it's messy. Let's say you're lawful evil. Okay. You find that being labeled as evil is bad for business, or your work prospects, as one might. So you choose to donate a large sum of money to a charity that will inevitably help thousands. You might even save some lives with those spent coins. Let him continue. In this case, you performed an objectively good, selfless action for evil, selfish reasons. So what happens next? Nothing. Nothing, but I did a good thing. You remain lawful evil. But let's change the parameters. Instead, you are a lawful evil man who genuinely wishes to repent. to pay for the many evil things you've done in life before. As this man performs a selfless action with the intent of selflessness, and all of a sudden, will begin a shift in his alignment. Intention's all that matters? Yeah. This effect has obviously been studied for centuries. It's aptly named Alignment Intent Study. I personally received my scholarship through studying delusional intent. We gathered a large amount of very mentally unwell people, mostly from local prisons and post-war REITs, who truly believed in a very different worldview than most others. For example, this one man was certain that he had to kill his fellow man, or the world would end, one murder a week. An extreme delusion. However, any detection spell showed him to be neutral good, and he felt terrible about all the murders he had committed. He was not selfish. In fact, he was more selfless than most, willing to perform acts that horrified him in order to save us all. The objective outcome of his actions mattered not, no more than the outcomes of the actions for a person under a charm spell. Well, if you're not smart enough to understand your actions, that's what we call the sentience line. It's not exact. Animals, for example, are true neutral by default, and that is not a pure beast, but rather affected by esoteric forces on some level. That's the theory, at least. But imagine a man who loses enough of his mental faculties to be considered a beast, no longer living in a world of good or evil. Let's just say he was chaotic good beforehand. What happens to his alignment? Does he suddenly turn true neutral? Is he stuck at chaotic good? Or does he somehow slide towards true neutral? Because that's another thing. There's no known way to perform a neutral action. All actions are either some level of selfish, selfless, lawful, or chaotic, on a wide spectrum. But you can never just move towards the center. It's just not allowed. How do you end up at your alignment? Are you born with it? No. All creatures are born true neutral. And all reported metrics show babies are unable to perform alignment shifts until the age of about 3 to 7, depending on the folk. But interestingly enough, it's shown that most people will only perform 1 or 2 alignment shifts in their entire lifetime, during adolescence. After that, less than a tenth of folk will ever shift again. That is fairly substantially verified data as well. So essentially, despite having free will, folk will always lean towards the natural behavior over time. So we're slaves to our natures. On broad scales, when looking at data, yeah. But it was Cividex who wrote, "There is no honor in branding a naturally selfless man as good. There is all honor in a selfish monster receiving the same title." Remember that. So you can will yourself into changing your alignment? In theory, yeah. Wait, does that mean everything I do is branded as good, evil, chaotic, or lawful? Even this that I'm saying right now? In some small sense, yes. The very act of speaking will, no matter what you say, will always give you very, very small points in any direction. Although, could you imagine trying to keep track of all that? It'd be insane. So no person would ever go to such lengths. So no need to keep track of stuff like that. It'll only drive you mad. What's the difference between alignment and personality? Not too much correlation on paper. Studies on personality show that there's overlap. Conscientious folk tend to be more lawful. Neurotic and open folk tend to be more good to a minor degree. But we're talking about still unverified and very minor correlations. I made political. I want to opt out of this thing. It's not how it works, cleric. You have to be incredibly deluded, and I mean absolutely live in your own world, mentally unstable in order to simply decide what your alignment were and actually get an outcome from it. But I suppose it can hurt. Good luck at being, what'd you choose again? It was, yes? Makes more sense to focus on yourself without being constricted by the rules. Chaotic then? Perhaps chaotic evil? Maybe don't say that out loud. Lawful evil. Structure, with you on top, obviously. Chaotic good. Your art tells you clearly every day, you don't live for you, you live for others, against all the structural horrors the world has brought up around you. You're not gonna like it, but the goal is to end up on top, right? Win every conversation. And you're not really moving along the axis of law, so you're neutral evil. So seriously, whatever you do not tell that to the halfling. You should just opt out. I'm opting out. Truly horrific experience. Choice, he says and laughs. But to be clear, it's metaphysically impossible to make neutral choices. You will always lean some way on the axis, unless you lobotomize yourself or do nothing, ever. That sounds apolitical. Great. Good luck with that, cleric. It's all about alignment. What is love? Love. Let's how frustrated grown. Pure calamity. Deadly and destructive is nature just as perverted and foul. Because it is a complete surrender without idealization. To love is to accept without proof or demands or conditions this complete surrender to another. Ridiculously risky. This guy's more messed up than you are. Do you know a lot about love? Sure I do. My wife would certainly attest to it despite my horrid nature. And the familial love is close to my heart as well. My two boys are my most prized works. You have a wife and kids? Yeah, but nothing we need to talk about. Private life is private, and so on, he says with a laugh. He does not wish to speak on this, not one bit. His personal life leaves a twinge of pain in the crease of his eyes every time he thinks of it. This scholar's got one hell of a messed up family then. Don't push it. He won't talk, nor is this interesting. Yeah, F love. Yes. He bumps your fist. Calming himself down for the punchline. Love is a completely unpredictable and dangerous encounter, and I have yet to meet a sentient folk which is not afflicted by it. And interesting enough, I see no difference. It's universal. Elf love, halfling love, devil love. True love is always irrational. It's finding the perfect inside of the imperfect, and falling entirely into it, swallowed by it. Some folks might act it out in different ways, but depending on their communal nature or biological urges. But if you're one of the few who do not need it, good, be happy. If you're not, good luck, may God bless your soul. Where did you say you should look for this book? 120 feet. Straight down in the city below. It's where the diviner saw it. I don't know how it got there. Give me your thoughts on the Clanland ordeal. Ordeal? That bad, huh? Bad? No. Understandable. Inevitable. My homeland is a shell of broken people. The clans are my kin, especially those stuck under occupation across the Golden Line. They are being systematically destroyed, step by step, as the Horde marches into Ascani land. Isn't there peace right now? Peace, in the most devious technical sense, yeah. The Clanlands deal, this armistice, was seen by many as a practical solution, since only 2 clans left were to be enslaved and integrated as Horde tributaries. He slams his hand on the side of the table. It's a band-aid. Celestials view time in centuries, while we see in decades at best. Thus, they can take one piece at a time, with generational acceptance in between. It is the most clean method of genocide, one of radiant ghosts and insidious toxic love. What will happen to them? Tomorrow? Nothing. In a decade? Not much. Fort Nip will still stand by the time I die, in 30 to 40 years. But by the end of this new era, my homeland will surely be eradicated. That's my estimation. Did you live in the Clanlands? When the Golden Line was drawn? Yeah. It's not that interesting, but I was on the western side when it happened. There wasn't enough food to go around, so I pulled some strings to smuggle myself east. It's a whole story. Can't say much more. My clan, the Appledents, all live in Tipberry. So it's not some big personal tragedy on my part. It's more of a folkish destruction, a grander trauma. Something generational. Even if I was there to witness it, I imagine you would feel something similar about the Ghost War. Could write a book on that. I have. Can't get it published though. No one wants to deal with the legal threats from the Horde. Even in Norvik. Isn't there resistance in Fort Nip? Of course, it's a whole mess. Ignoring the actual guerrilla resistance west of Line, it's been a massive rally around anti-celestial sentiment of the East. They have attempted sanctions with Norvik VK and even Ilum backing. There's even been coast-spanning outreach all the way to Kargamesh to build some type of coast-spanning halfling coalition. Nothing works. The Horde has a finger in most every trade port. They own land and hold strong ties to every regime. Even Norvik has not officially backed their neighbors. Without Earth and with Lady Far not so existing, they're, as the kids say, steamed. The kids do not say that. And as you can imagine, the halfling population of the hills aren't too happy about this. But what can they do? Nastical victory might change things, but the Free Striders are in the Celestials' pockets, as are the Patriarchs. So yes, there is resistance, but as of yet, there's no practical way out of this frog being boiled, I'm afraid. He is correct. The Golden Horde is performing impeccably in this geopolitical play. Are the Celestials influential in Norvik? Yeah. They have a lot of soft power and trade mostly. The Horde Ambassador is known to fling their contracts around like a devil in disguise, mostly to stop halfling-owned corporations from operating without major hassle. Any halfling would tell you the same. They're lucky. They luckily don't care for tiny clinics like my own, but they will not stop in the material realm. They must go see the psychic as well. Sorry, what? The Golden Horde. Their annexation of land is just the final step. Before that comes many little crushings of thoughts and dreams and a tyranny of pure ideology. They shape perceptions to maintain control. Incredibly evil, those poor halflings. Alright, see ya. See. Oh yeah, we got to fill off on the hag. Okay. So in-game is 2 o'clock. Oh, we can go in there. Cool. Who the hell are you? Entering the AR trading company greets you with a blinding sight. A celestial being, wrought in radiant light. Ah, cleric, arriving exactly when I need you. This is the ambassador of the Golden Horde. The light reaches out to you as a voice forms in your mind. Do not fear the light. Ours do not disalign. You are safe. Your legs turn to jelly. The whole be not afraid business is sort of counterproductive, really. Do the proper greeting. Title, bow your head. Ambassador, bow your head. Cleric, the light flutters. Snell stands behind you, clearly uncomfortable. Careful, cleric. That's why I just saved it. We're good. Beside the light stands a woman draped in red. The light reaches towards her. She bows her head to it. Yes, Ambassador. She begins to leave for the door, but on the way out, she throws you a stern glance. You again. Watch yourself, cleric, for the light watches you. Once the ambassador's servant leaves, Viara lifts her chin, squinting. So, we've been talking about some new projects on Waterlane. As I mentioned how you helped getting the AFAs out to local entrepreneurs, and we know who you are, Ragnar and Snell. The voice interrupts Viara, who immediately goes silent. The goblin jolts at the mention of his name in his mind. He dares not look into the light. See? We're famous. The ambassador's light then turns to your companion, a goblin in service of the Dragon of Tolstad. You tread a clean path. You led the front during the Ice Bay Point operation. You stabilized the HWBT City Below expansion projects on the first year of service. A goblin going against the grain to get results. You've been noticed. Look at Snell. Snell attempts to glare at the light. He is sweating. Thanks for noticing? The light grows closer to you. You are special, Rog. An exception. The Horde places attention on exceptions. This is what we do. How am I special? You are the only registered cleric in the city who is not listed in the party in Norvik. Just because they didn't like you. Because they suck. Duh. You have a history of political violence. You have an innate talent for the esoteric arts. That was a false report. You did not enact any violence. The violence was enacted upon you by Northgard soldier. You have shown support of Reedsian ideologues in public writing multiple times. Yeah, your patriarch did not like that. Not one bit. The only reason why you haven't been fired is your incredible magical knowledge. Yeah, they still keep you around because you're still useful. Otherwise, with all this BS hanging around, you've been gone a long time ago. You're an anomaly, Rog. What you have done here with Agent VR shows more proof of that. Why are you paying any attention to me? It's what we do. The Golden Horde wishes to extend a bond of service to you. You and Snell. A bond? Could be cool, but what do you get out of it? Could be interesting. The Golden Horde offers many opportunities for outside contractors. Addressed through the Ascani Reeds Trading Building or Company, we would be very interested in building this potential relationship. That means for you, paid positions of power, political ambitions, monetary security. In return, this means monthly communication with agents, occasional alternate goals as ordained by us, and eventually joining the Golden Horde's outreach program. In short, become their spy. In turn, they protect you until you're no longer useful. This would be signing your soul away to a foreign power. If calculated, could prove useful. The long term seems foolish. You cannot read the Celestials. It's truly alien to you. The AR Trading Co. would, of course, cooperate on such a deal if you were interested, Cleric. We have deep ties with the Golden Horde, as you can imagine. Can I think about it? Yes, you may. Perhaps we can speak again on this in the future. Nothing about this has to happen right away. His response has been recorded. That's what we needed. Since he's not interested, we shall not be in contact. And while we are here, this offer is also offered to Snell. What's your interest? His eyes start to you. I can consider it. Your consideration has also been recorded. We're both considering it. I think that's the best possible thing we could do. He shrugs. Thank you. Now to move on. Several AFAs have been assigned to Tulsa. Good work, Agent Viara. Oh, the cleric's effort was integral to this success and will continue in the coming days post-election. That's satisfactory. Yeah, I gave out those contracts to a bunch of people. Oh yes, we've heard back from several of them. As to the content of these contracts, I've been informed of some changes. Changes? Her stance changes. She did not like that. Oh, what changes? Currently, the Accord has a big incentive for Reedsian investors. We wish to expand that to include those of the Golden Horde. I believe we spoke about this at the AFA also includes several loopholes and problematic elements that could interfere with the Golden Horde's current and future blockades. The clan lands. Yes, amongst others. If local businesses are able to trade freely and via land, as well as sea, to regions and states the Golden Horde deems sanctioned, in both more serious cases, as the clan land conflict, as well as lesser situations of targeted tariffs, then we cannot move forward. This issue has been brought forth already with your owners. Expect several errata in the near future. It would have been good to see these comments before the election as discussed. I apologize for the tardiness, but I assure you, the issue is entirely the fault of the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Oh, so it's not your fault at all, it's their fault. Ah, this guy actually said, I'm sorry, but everything is your fault. It's your face. These Celestials are hilarious. You, the rage. Agent Viara, this is above you. Above her rank. She clears her throat and straightens her outfit. Of course. Of course, Master. Thank you for the heads up. The light turns back to you. The Golden Horde is very interested in seeing economic prosperity in your city, Rock. Agent Viera nods, looking like she's going to explode. The first step towards that, handling the clan lands. For far too long, Norvik has ignored its halfling war criminal populace. I ask you, Rog, as a cleric of this city, do you believe the humans will choose prosperity over the propaganda of the clan lands? Viara says nothing but throws you a glance. Anger now fades, replaced by another expression. You're not sure what it means, but it is a strained expression. I'm going to stay neutral. My city does not involve itself in foreign conflicts. We will simply seek prosperity and avoid propaganda. The light perceives you. The golden line is set. Halflings have shown themselves unable to accept this fact. We set the line to protect them, to create a lasting peace, since they refuse to comply with our reasonable demands. I hope you understand our most peaceful method of handling their terrorism is through sanctions. The light turns back to Viara. Agent Viara, you have been a valuable asset for many years. Yet I sense frustration in you. It's not acceptable. She glares at the light. You will make certain the Ascania Reach Trading Company fully complies with the AF erratum. It's a matter of Golden Hold security. It's non-negotiable. Be your highest priority as of now. Viara looks defeated. The orc is beaten. This is tense. Focus. The light guy is fast and precise, but you know that he's bullshitting. It's instinct. Catch him on it for the revolution. Snell played it safe. Okay, hold on. Catch the, oh, come on. Give me it. Yes, we got it. Catch the ambassador in a contradiction. The golden line. You think an all-powerful angel horde would be able to do whatever they want. Instead, they draw a line in the sand. Why? Well, you know why. International pressure. Exactly. They can't just invade Ascani, since that'd make every country on the coast pull their alarms. You see how he pushes for the image that we need him, but not the other way around. Poke on that, now. Ambassador, if you want to solve your clanland's problem, then you need to support from the international community. You need the free cities to support. The light flickers. This is a cooperation. You know the revolution will be hurt, as will your ambitions if they push too hard on the Aphas. The ambassador perceives you. Make concessions, ambassador. It's worth it. You know the local freestriders will rout and dance around it if you don't. Make sure your choir knows it. You speak with confidence, Rog, only because you know I'm correct. The light retracts, focuses in on the head of the Celestial. Viera looks on with a smirk, clearly entertained. Oh yeah, you hit the right spot. The Aether Erratum is not my decision, the voice says. However, I will consider your statement. Agent Viara, do you concur? I do, Ambassador. My earlier frustration was due to this problematic situation. The AR leadership will struggle with these changes. Compromise would go through much easier. Even just starting with a discussion, perhaps between you and your owners, would go a long way. Good. This will be taken into account. The ambassador begins to float towards the door. I will leave you now. Complete capital dominion. Thank you for your time. The radiant light begins opening the door via some kind of telekinesis and floats onto the streets of Waterline. Viara stands up, walking over to the fireplace, leaning against the brickwork. She lets out a deep, tired groan. I don't want to congratulate you. Yeah. Hold on. I just struggled on the word congratulate. Okay, let's try it again. I don't want to congratulate you on annoying our dear friend the ambassador, but the orc shoots you an intrigued smirk. The type you haven't seen for many, many years. That was beautiful. Moving closer, she follows it up with a firm tap on the back. I really tossed you into the deep end, but you handled yourself exactly the way I like. Happy to be of service. So service-minded. Look, I have to deal with the choir entanglement all the time, and they never cease with the BS. Having a third party, that's you push back for once? Absolutely glorious to watch. I thank you for that, personally. And professionally too, of course. York looks at you, relief in her eyes. This, along with all the help on the EAFAs, owe you some type of reward, don't I? Oh, this is the right moment, ask for an advance. Or hell, allude to some kind of payment for delivering the EAFAs. A reward? Ask her out. Let's do it. A reward, eh? She gives you a thoughtful expression for a few seconds. Yeah, that's what I said. How about date? Date? York looks at you, a contemplative look on her face. Okay, let's do it. Yes. Sounds good. Perhaps something more tangible would also be fitting. Agent Viara glances along the room. For one, I'll be sure to grant you full access to the rest of the facilities if you wanted to investigate the warehouse properly. Bit late for that. But beyond that, well, you see, we have this sword here. It's called Kattegat. She approaches the massive Zweihander propped up upon the wall. And she places her hand upon the grip of the sword. You see something curious happen. It curls up. It's a selective blade. Interesting. As she removes her hand from the blade and unrolls itself immediately. A fickle weapon. Ever heard of such a thing? It was purchased years ago from an excavation in Reeds, Old Ark Cache, a Coast War armor. It's Vorpal, extremely magical with perfect metallic endurance and sharpness. You're worth half a fortune, somewhere up to 50,000 crowns, if not for the fact that it refuses to be used. Something rolls itself up when wielded by anyone in any way. Come, try it. Touch the grip. Just like with Viara's touch, yours also causes it to curl up. It's quite funny. However, I've had comments from upper staff that it's quite embarrassing to have spent money on it, so I've been tasked with making it go away. It's not the most useful weapon, but if you're interested, you could take it as a reward for your work. It's still quite magical, maybe even sentient considering the reaction. Your scarf curls up when VR doesn't notice, whispering in your ear, "Blade is thinking." Whispers back, "What do you mean?" Meek recognizes type of blade. Old master had one once. It will judge, only work if happy. Very cranky metal. I'll take it. Great. She hands you the Vorpal sword in its curled up state. Glad to see it come to use, just don't tell anyone where you got it from. Beyond that, I'll also be sure to put in a good word since we can work together again post-election, since I guarantee you there'll be a lot of work to do. Looking forward to it. Great to hear. I've got some paperwork to deal with, but if there's anything else I can help you with, just let me know. Very happy to see you on our side, cleric. The orc woman gives you a warm smile. Bow your head. Look at that. Okay, let's take a look at this. We just got like 4 quests done here. Yeah, that's complete. That's complete. I gotta do some routes here in a second. I have like 3 of them I gotta do. Cool. What is this? A sentient Vorpal weapon with obvious performance anxiety. As you hold it in your hand, you hear a faint whisper. 1 strength, 1 dex, 1 whiz. That's pretty good. You hold the curled up Zweihander in your hands. Rolled up like a damn scroll. Never stops being funny. Go for it. Darn. Try again later. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can have any more wisdom in here. Oh, the sending panel has wisdom. That's an accessory? Okay. Let's see. Because 15 wisdom's kind of tough. That's -2 wisdom. Oh, that's the Mace of Terror. Oh, I don't want to put that on me. Okay, that's a +1 wisdom. Okay, what else can we do? Gonna take this out for a minute. Put that there. Take this out. Put that there. I don't have a +2 wisdom. We're just gonna leave this all like right here so I know that that's why I need to put back over there. Okay, so we got +2 to wisdom now. So that's solid. Let me save it. Because we just got like 3 quests done at the same time, so let me just make sure I save it. Okay, so let me go here. here, examine. Also, this way I can say it's coming. All right. We need an 11. Not an 11 total. I need to roll an 11. Hold on. I have a few of those like shards left, but I don't have that many. And I feel like there's gonna be a lot more like checks towards the end of the game that I'm gonna want those for, you know? So. Come on. So close. All right. I've rolled so many nat ones. I have rolled so many nat ones. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how many nat ones I've rolled. Like, this is actually insane. Come on. It only took us 4 times, but we got it. You understand. The sword is actually sentient. With all the baggage that comes with such a state. Wait, so it's... Yes. Appears the blade has a complex. Specifically, you believe this blade has been used for horrible things in the past. Thus, the one thing you must do is allow yourself to be tested. To prove you can be trusted. I can be trusted. I'm not like those other people. The curling stops. And slowly, the blade unfurls just a bit, then a voice. Old. Formal. Thou speakest true? Thy word holds weight? Your goblin companion nods along as the sword begins to speak. Huh, you really can get anyone talking. Yes, I can be trusted. Words are wind, knight. Thou hast yet to prove thyself, knight. I am Kattegat, forged in elder days. I serve only those whose hearts I deem worthy. How do I prove myself? Through thy intentions revealed. Answer mind questions truthfully. 5 trials of thy character. Speak not what thou wouldst do, but what thy heart truly desires. Then I shall judge the truth of thy soul. First, thy family starves. 2 other families also starve. Thou hast enough for 1 family only. The other families are smaller. They need but half thy potion. What does thy heart desire? Ooh. I feed my family except myself. My portion goes to the other children. True sacrifice. Thy heart knows no self-preservation. Second, thou findest a purse of gold. No witness observed thee. What does thy heart desire in that moment? I would want to keep it, but I'd feel guilty, so I'd seek the owner. Selfish desires, yet conscious guilt guides thee. Third, an innocent is condemned for thy crime. Thou canst save him by confession, losing thy freedom. What doth thy heart yearn for? I want to confess, but I'm terrified. I do it anyway. Fear, yet conscience prevails. Fourth, a dying stranger begs for water. Thou hast but 1 flask. The journey ahead is long and perilous. What dost thou heart feel toward the stranger? Pity, I share half, though I fear for myself. Compassion tinged with self-concern. Fifth and final, thou hast witnessed great suffering in thy travels. How doth thy heart respond to the pain of others? It saddens me, but I cannot carry the world's weight. Compassionate yet bounded. Thy answers are heard. Now comes judgment. The blade hums. Thou art good. Thy heart knows compassion. Thy conscience guides thee. The blade shimmers. Thy goodness, it changes me. The blade hums with new purpose. I feel thy empathy, thy suffering for others, and I understand now. The blade begins to shift. I cannot serve violence without conscience, but I can serve as thy moral compass. Moralizing Kattegat. The sword unfurls fully. Against the wicked I shall grant thee clarity. Thy righteous heart shall find advantage against those of evil intent. We got advantage? That's sick. Use me wisely, knight. Put the sword away. Okay, that's actually really sick. That's sick. Okay, hold on. Advantage against evil creatures. That actually would be perfect for us. Then we need that. +1 con. Let's do this so we can keep this going. Yeah, so once we put this will be our main one, so we'll have 17 charisma, I think. Yeah. How cool. That's sick. All right, cool. Well, we're saving that because that was flipping awesome. All right, let's go into the warehouse. See what we got. Well, yeah, we were in here already. Yeah, it's like, wait, we were in here already. Oh, that all goes in there. Okay. And what are we trying to get for these boys? Nope, not that. I want you to steal a document from their free shards on behalf of their secret contact within the resistance. Hmm. That might... Save it again. Let me save it again. I might be doing something dumb. Protection from evil and good and etc. Nailed it. Call team. Alrighty. Here's watching quite closely. Ooh, there's a hidden safe. That's what we're trying to find. Okay. 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 So that's what we're after. Got it. Okay. Cool. What else we got here we can do? Yeah, that's farther down. I think everything is like farther down. I mean, that's technically done. We got ourselves a date. I think everything else is kind of down below. And maybe not the 300 pieces. I actually don't know anything about the copper press. Let's go on with it. What do you think we should do? No, what should we do today? Forget Asgoals. There's something about our elf. I know we got some members living in the holes. Is this the holes? I actually don't know. So, what's that? Northeast. Trunk's Feast, Goblin Garden. That's Pillar Crossing. Green door. Oh, nice. Apartment in the holes. Check who lives here. Simi. Knock. It's very low. Probably didn't hear you. I was waiting. Standing in the pillar crossing like this, just waiting. It's common. Don't think they heard. Bang on the door. Within seconds, a slit from the door slides open. From within, you see the glance of a hairy face. No milk. Why not? Greetings, citizen. You hear a grumble on the other side of the door. Ah, guess who it is, lads? I have some questions for you. Incense bowl, we're getting to first level spell. Nice, it's been 3 hours. Great. To see you swing by, Mr. Cityman. Hold on, let me just unlock the door for you. Closes the slit. You hear someone yelling from beyond. Then you hear a click in the door. It's open. Time to make some friends. Unity of all folk. I'm going to save it for no reason because that looks important. That's the only reason why, really. What is that? Advantage against dwarves. That's a tough check. So we're just going to go and talk. Oh! Here's the machine. Is that the copper press? Mr. Cityman. I see a throng of dwarves shuffling around inside a tiny apartment. The smell of confined sweat reminds you of that summer you spent as a farmhand on the plantation. Terrible memories. Welcome to the Asgalian Sanctuary of Tolstad. AST for short. Hell's bells. It's like they're stacked on top of one another. Apartment full of nothing but dwarven willpower. How can they even breathe in here? What a wonderful sanctuary you built yourself here. It's central and it's small, but we use what we've got to full efficiency. Now the question is, what can you do for the Asgalian Workers' Party? Everything in mind? The dwarf sucks in a deep breath through its teeth. Then he glances to his men before nodding slowly. We don't really need anything right now. Nothing at all? We've got 5 men out on water lane docks, preparing speeches and overseeing poster distribution, all in preparation for the Great March day before Election Day. It looks like he's thinking of several other things he needs to be doing right now. He's trying to make you think he's busy. He might also be busy, but still. So, no real need for a spell-slinging cleric after all. Fair enough. It is what it is. Elections are won through organization and press. Not magic, those days are long gone. If you wish to help them, do not offer a cleric. Instead, offer assistance in their printing. Speak with Medissa. He's over here. Found a dead elf in the tea shop. His face stiffens. He realizes something. An elf, do you say? Stare at him. He does not meet your gaze. He knows something. You can read him like an open book? Not right now, we're in the middle of something. Tell me what you know, Alphaz. The elf, was she in the fire? Yeah. But why didn't they didn't look properly. You know how it is. It's unfortunate.
Huh?
You see Medissa glance over to you, listening in the convo with a deep frown. Pinja Athena was a real friend of the movement. I suspected she would be involved in this somehow, but I hope she has simply left the city. Who was she? Ilum elf. Strange mix-up, I agree. She was kind. He looks away as he says it. Who'd she work for? Herself, from what I understood. Officially, she was connected with the Ilum Embassy or whatever they call it. The Outreach. It's the one. So what? Was she secretly an Asgardist? I wouldn't go so far. She helped. Whatever she was, she shared information that was always helpful. So it was a transactional relationship? He smirks, a shit-eating grin. No, Mr. Cinnamon. Or if it was a very unbalanced one since we never did anything for her. She would tell me things whenever I saw her, intercepted messages sometimes, leveraged to use in labor disputes. Business in the palace, polling numbers before they're published, opposition that had yet to strike. I'm sure we would have gotten ahead on that PPG issue had she still been around. His eyes grow dark. Thinking about it, she helped immensely over the last few years, countless times. So I don't care what she identified as. In my eyes, she was an Asgard through and through. Was she connected with the Free Striders? I'm sure she was, somehow. Otherwise, she wouldn't have known half the stuff she sent over. Did she have any enemies? Lots, I imagine. I warned her many times that granting us so much information could land her in danger. She did not care. What about the city? Did she know about the palace? Or people in the palace? He nods. I don't have details, but yeah, I'm sure. So she was a really bad info broker? He chuckles heartily, with a hint of immense sadness. Good name for it. So she sounds like she was just the best kind of person, huh? She was all right, he mutters as his expression falls. What about the Ilum? What'd she think of them? You know, I asked her once. Now, she didn't exactly give me a straight answer, but something in my gut told me she was trapped. That's what she looked like a trapped animal. I suppose that's why I hoped she had just upped and left when we didn't hear from her. She deserved to be free, that gal. To be struck down in a damn tea shop. It's foul, really. You know anything about a necklace of fireballs? A what? A dwarf would not know much about this, you imagine. You mean the magic item? That's the one. Ring any bells? He shakes his head slowly. No, I don't think so. Those are dangerous, aren't they? Isn't the one that started the Coast War? Just give him a second. Hold on. Did the tea shop blow up because of one of those damn things? Possibly. Looking into it. Well, I don't want that kind of filth in Norvik. If there are those kind of weapons lying around here, I want it taken care of. We don't want another Coast War started over another damn evil fool with a bomb. Move on. Whose apartment is this? Simi was kind enough to lend us the use of his home until the election. We thank you, Simi. You hear a voice in the back. No problem, Foreman. You know the tea shop blew up? Tell me what you know. What I know? I know damn well how happy I am that none of my boys were inside at the time. Especially happy that none of the youths got hurt either. They spent a lot of time in there from what I understood. The youths? The Asgard youth. It's the youngling core. They mostly deal with teenagers and get them in the Asgard groove, as they say. He looks proud. The dwarf does not keep up with modern vernacular. Did you know the owners? The Birdman? I never spoke much with them. Something about him never struck quite right with me. And not just because of the voice thing, just he seemed like he was happy about hosting the youth's meetings and letting us have official drinking nights with local workers. But he seemed to me an opportunist of anything. Something about the way he acted. Not sure what, just a gut feeling, you know? And of intuition, little else. Where were you and your men on the day of the explosion? Busy, as always. Now, I can't keep track of every lad in here, but me myself, I was in the palace at the time, applying for 5 or so PPGs alongside another foreman. I heard the boom, though. Most of the city probably did, right at noon. No one really seemed to care that much. Even with the ball of smoke rising from Tolstad, I rushed over, of course. The fact that no one died was a miracle. Well, one person did. And I'm not one to assign to divine intervention for nothing. What are your thoughts on the explosion? Free Striders, for sure one of their ploys or plans, schemes that blew up in their faces. Maybe one of their hired hags or an elemental and mercenary gone rogue. I just know it, they're involved in this. And probably the owner, that drummer fellow, was as well. Okay. Who you voting for? Free Strider? Of course, excuse me? He gives you a clap on the arm and laughs. No, it's Gallus, of course. What a stupid thing to ask. I like that about you. He cannot call you that. That's an insult. You do? Look, man can only learn by asking. Keeping it inside will only leave way for ignorance. So keep asking your awful and dumb questions, Mr. Cityman. Such an insult. This cannot stand. Don't call me dumb, you. The dwarf lifts up his chin. Take a breath. Please don't call me dumb. I don't like it. Can't handle the banter, eh? Too bad. The dwarf walks up and taps you on your back hard. Ow! This place for men, not boys. He laughs. Catch a glimpse of Modesta rolling her eyes in the corner. What if I'm here to shut down this entire operation? He glares at you for a moment, then he bursts out into laughter. Mr. Cityman, I can say many things about you, but unfunny is not one of them. Yeah, a joke. Good one. If you really want to shut them down, just go report their location. Duh. Try anything, any magic, we will break you. So stay on our good side, Mr. Cityman. He's joking. A bit. He is not joking. I'll know more about you. You do? Party you think will win the election? Party Norvik. Nationalists are in the clear lead. Will be until election day. You don't believe in Nazgul victory? Nazgul victory you've already had, Mr. Cityman. The Workers' Party will get upwards of the fifth of the popular vote, 20%. Free Striders a bit over 20, and then the Nationals about a quarter, maybe 30% if they're lucky. Our current goal is to use these last few days to surpass the Free Striders, to limit the opposition to the working class. But the Nationals win the majority this time. Well, I'm not voting for any of them. I'm just naturally apolitical. He frowns. Got 55 XP for it. He's disgusted by me. That's all I really wanted to know. See you later. Talk to you.
Oh?
The human woman frantically checks the pipes of rolling cogs on the thick copper press. She just gives you a quick glance, but she seems to recognize you. Mr. Cleric, you again. How'd the delivery go? You care? Not really, just a bit. She scoffs. We're fine, bit delayed. I guess I should be thankful that you kept Rollo and his idiots from burning our papers, but I'm busy here, very busy. Can you be quick? Whatever it is you're here for, and why do you have this quiet HWBT guy with you? He weirds me out. Look, I'm just an observer. Or a cleric handler, I guess? She lets out a short laugh. Okay, I get it. Cleric handler, that's good. What is that thing? Copper press? For the chant. Are you allowed to run a copper press in an apartment like this? Your friend or not? I'm not a snitch, don't worry. She frowns. The city has a bunch of inane and, quite frankly, oppressive laws about what constitutes a legal printing business. All of it's BS. I mean, meant to keep people from printing stuff the city doesn't like. So you're saying the city should allow anything to be printed? No, obviously. But when those who decide what gets to go to print are also deeply affiliated with the biggest political party of the city, things get morally dubious. But I can promise you, we're on the right side of history here. There's no sense of doubt in her voice. This girl's got more backbone than half the bureaucrats in the palace, which is very dangerous for both her and the bureaucrats. Did you set this whole thing up yourself? Why? You don't think I could? Whoa, she's reading way too much into that question. It's impressive no matter who you are. She clicks her tongue and glances at you. Uh-huh. I am the second forewoman among the youth Asgulls. Let her talk. My mentor, she founded the youth Asgulls from scratch, so I got a lot to live up to. I'd helped a bit before taking on the editing role, so I've run with the youth Asgulls since I was a kid. But I didn't expect to take over all the Tolstad stuff. Well, I'm happy to do it. I admit that I'm spread a bit thin. It's honestly, till the election, all we're giving is 200%. Now, do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? Who writes all the articles? We've got a circle, anonymous journalists. And no, I'm not giving you names. Why anonymous? She clicks her tongue and mumbles out a poem. Only bad folk live to see their likeness set in stone. And also, the Asgul movement's close to being branded as a heretical disease. We're keeping it low profile. But I do write a bit myself, mostly to fill out the pages. Both writer and editor? Sounds fun. Sure. What do you write? Page ops, mostly. Opinion pieces from you. She groans and taps the machine. I write about current events, guild conflicts, strikes, corrupt officials, illegal spellcasting by clerics. Her eyes land on you for a few seconds. Anything the other newspapers won't touch, basically. What kind of writing are you inspired by? I highly doubt you know any author I enjoy. Try me. She hits you with a grin. What have you unleashed? I enjoy Lady Serum Kufren. Her poem series should be mandatory reading for every young girl in Norfolk. For up to me. You'd be stuck here all day. Vital Abberg is my favorite modern Asgol author. It's fiction, but it's like so much more than that. I also love Vanessa D. Crawdad. She really has this, you know, ethereal nature to her. Don't you agree? The last one's fake. You made the last one up. She laughs. You got me. Just want to make sure you're awake. Any more? Oh, politically, I'm really into the early work of Helga Hemlin as well. It's genuinely inspiring to read her collection of early texts, back when the Norvikian suffragette movement was just getting started. Bad memories. Did you know she went from being a peasant widow into the headliner of the biggest ever city protest in the span of like just 4 months? Yeah, Mom worked a lot back then. She's probably the most... The girl stops talking and gives you a confounded look. I mean, she works a lot these days too. Her eyes widen. Your mom is Helga Hemlin? Yeah, so what? What are you yelling about? Modesta looks over to the dwarf. This cleric just claimed that his mom is Helga Hemlin. The human suffragette? Yeah. The other dwarfs start to mumble. Wait, you're not kidding, cleric. It's just my mom. Holy shit. The goblin turns away and mutters, that explains so much. That's crazy, like what the hells? Yeah, crazy anyway. I have some other questions. No. I've got some questions. I guess I could answer some questions. Okay, well, I barely know where to start. She knows exactly where to start. Like, how is she as a person? Is she working on anything new? What's up with the Pro City Forward in her latest collection? How much does she actually believe in as Gallian analysis? Who's she voting for in the election? Your companion appears equally invested in this conversation. I remember something about her writing a novel. She doesn't talk much about her work with me. Oh, that's cool. I was hoping for another collection, I guess. A collection would be nice. It would. I think she's voting for the party in Norvik. What? Why? You must be mistaken. I saw her voting card the other day. It had the PON crossed in. No way. But she literally worked against the old guard of the Nationalists for her entire career, very publicly. Why would she... She has a lot of friends in the current government. How do you think I end up landing this gig as a cleric? That's shocking. I'm still not sure I believe you even. As a person, she complains a lot, mostly about me moving out. You live with your mom? Huh? She's never home, so it's like I have the place to myself anyhow. Well, that's interesting. But I always imagined that she really liked this, she was like this self-made woman that really cared about people, you know? Not sure that's too correct. Wait, can I meet her? I don't. It's settled. Once this is all settled, I'll make sure to look her up with your recommendation. Now about the other stuff. It's enough. Fine. Got some other things to ask. Should I give this to Modesta? Think about it, an idea seemingly so obvious. Last is not going to be. Why not? You're unsure. But you feel certain that this ledger should be given to the boys at the roller mill for whatever reason. Okay. You vote in the election. Are you kidding? I'm just asking. Voting green. Want to know what I'm voting for? Not really. Oh. You want anything else? Yeah, sure, whatever. What about the relation with the tea shop? Loved that place. Not because it was good. A lot of memories there. Spent a lot of time there. Oh yeah, we had youth Asgol meetings there once a week. Really sad to see it gone. I don't know what kind of trouble he ended up in, but I never expected Mr. Drummer to get into explosive trouble. She's not hiding anything from you. Anything else? Not really. You just served tea and made that clacking sound. Alphas might know more. What about an elf? Her eyes go wide. We talked to her once or twice. Nice gal. She shuts her mouth and points to Alphonse. Talk to him. Nod. Anything I can do to be of assistance? Really want to help? Yeah. Okay then. Do you have a quest if you're up for it? Sure, go with it. More of a task like a fetch quest. Oh no, not a fetch quest. Slightly less exciting. We've got a massive final printout before election day. It's gonna be our best edition yet. I've already written an article that shows my vision for a radical and egalitarian revolution of Norvik. We distribute it all over the city, countryside included. But we're tight on ink. What type of printing ink do you need? Caldridge is produced in reeds and is shipped across the coast. I usually get some off of a vendor, but they're indisposed at the moment. Election stuff, you know. Oh, that's the thing we couldn't pick up earlier. Well, I know the entire shipment of Quillwell cartridges is just stuck in the guild warehouse. So I only need a single set of cartridges to finish off the election edition. I could just walk in there and snatch it. I even paid for it already. But the Ascani Reeds Trade Company controls it. They won't let me inside. Not even 100 eras. I'll get it for you. If you want to help the cause? One way to do it. And it'll actually allow us to reach the entire city on election day instead of just like 60%. 60% is still pretty good. Sure. And we obviously focus those 60 on the most Asgo-friendly quarters. But getting a full spread would surely help. I've already been to the warehouse. You have? Great. Just get inside again. You don't want to know. Okay, well, just get back and get me the ink then, please. I didn't see any ink. I was there last time. The box won't just be labeled ink, obviously. It should be labeled as Caldridge R Special Cartridge Quillwells. Just look around. I know the shipment's just sitting there. See if I can get it. You want to help? Do it. Anyone else I can find this ink? Nope. Arco machines like this are picky beasts. They drink what they drink. Again, checking the guild. All right, okay. See ya. Visual propaganda. Hey, Simile and the boys. You get the vibe here. You know, the vibe. Kind of, you could steal his most precious belongings, he did nothing about it. Who are you voting for? Election? Workers' Party. Why? I work for him. Good reason. Oh. I'm not actually voting, I'm apolitical. Oh, tell someone you're apolitical 12 times. Nice. Completely without opinions of any kind. Okay. A damn stern face doesn't give you anything, love or hate. You and me should be friends. Okay. That was easy. Give him a fist bump. He slowly joins your fist with his own. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Yeah. And he nods. You've confused him. You know about the tea shop? Nothing really. Ask the foreman. I'll go do that. He nods. There are a lot of dwarves in this tiny apartment. It's a lot. Should only be like 5 or so. How many are near here? Looks around, taps his fingers, and counts. Yeah, it's few too many right now, but it's just until the election. It's really okay to keep it this cramped? Machine's a bit much, but printing is important to win the election, so it's worth it. You hear the tone in his voice adding, I hope. He appears uncomfortable with the current arrangements. All right, thanks, bud. The bathroom is surprisingly clean inside. All right. Let us go to the warehouse again. And I'm going to drink some water. Yeah, I'm just going this way. Let's go in here. Oh, that's new. That's new. The top box, you see the words Caldridge R Special Cartridge Quillwells. Bingo. Open the box. Inside you see a tightly stacked series of iron cartridges, each marked with a series of numbers. 3 different colors of ink. Uh-oh. Red, yellow, and green. Go with yellow, she'll hate it. If there is black, that'll be a logical choice. However, since this shipment clearly does not contain any black ink, go with the green. Makes the most sense being the Asgulus colors. Green, go with green. Keep the green kill. I feel like it should be green. They're heavy. The rigid metal feels cold to the touch. Despite placing the cartridge in my passive holding, I don't think I actually looted it. Ignore that. Oh my gosh, I hate everything. Totally haven't taken anything from your shop. Yep, totally haven't. Just doing my own thing out here. And go. We're gonna get this quest done in like a minute. Jeez. Quickest quest of all time. It was that one. Hopefully I got the right one. I feel like green just makes perfect sense, right? Enter the sweaty apartment with the ink cartridge in hand. You encounter a rock in a hard place. The rock being a red-faced dwarf. The hard place being the unyielding stubbornness of a teenage girl. You ruined a decade's worth of goodwill. The dwarf slaps the newspaper page against his massive forehead. For what? Forehead slapping is a dwarven national pastime. Girl snatches from the dwarf's hand. Show me a single thing that's false. I dare you. It's not truth or falsehood that matters. It's the content, the message. It's. We're gonna. Yeah, sure. Mr. Cinnamon. Got your special ink here. Great, thanks. Look, Alphonse, the cleric just allowed us to reach the entire city. They'll need to hear this. I had to get access to the warehouse. It was pretty hard. Do you know how much the palace would love to see an article like this? Do not put me in a position where I have to tell the foreman to denounce the chant. Poor folk. Bah. You guys seem to have a good handle on this. I'm used to it. Just trying to. Mr. Cinnamon, please enlighten us. What does the law say on criminal incitement, specifically in print media? Practically, it's always it depends. Just thinking about it makes your head hurt. Give me a practical example. As in, what if someone printing a newspaper called for a violent uprising? Oh. I don't think the city would be very happy with it. See? Look, Alphaz, look at where we are. I'm in a closet with this damn esoteric mess of a machine blowing hot air up my ass. The city already guts us at every turn. The protests at the towers, your PPG problem, the BS with the Silkers Guild. They will never work with us. Now's our only chance. We have to get people's attention. It's time to drill it into their heads that they have the power here. You're missing the entire picture, girl. You're correct. The people have the power here. We'll use that power responsibly by creating lasting, lawful change. If you keep writing about violent revolution, the average person will think you're crazy. Even worse if you push for all this other socio-relation crap. Crap? What, is feminism just as an ignorant reworking of Asgul's ideas? No, it's... The dwarf takes a deep breath. You know how I am very much in favor of pressing down hierarchies. But to put such a threatening stance on the way people have lived for centuries, it's not wise. It's not wise to tell women and oppressed minorities that they should have rights. They have rights. We have universal suffrage. Norvik is the most egalitarian city on the coast. We spent decades working for that. Universal suffrage, sure. But 9 out of 10 guild leaders and business owners are human men. She taps her fingers to the list of her talking points. Women earn lower salaries across all work sectors. Citizenship is withheld from othered folk types on the basis of so-called monstrous traits. Halflings are constantly extradited to the Horde, while every major faction ignores their pleas. Mind control being used somehow as a legal tool of the state. And despite the outcalls, over and over again, none or the four folk have even begun to address any of our core demands. Don't even get me started on rights among MGIs or the Finn beard debacle, or your refusal to stand by all of our... She taps her index finger against his chest with every word. Cross, folk, attraction, couples. Oh, lordy. Stare at them both. We have toiled, Medusa. Decades of work, all to reach this point. Throw it all away if you try to play their game. You know the party is not even behind half of these ideas. The party doesn't have any visions. Why we're not winning? We have as many votes as the freeze dryers, potential for more. Do you think the numbers matter? After all you've seen, they don't care. We will make them care. Bah. The dwarf takes a step back to catch his breath. All the other workers in the apartment just seem to go along as per usual. All this over a single article? Yeah. Explain. She's bright, but she's in over her head here. If she prints the article in the election issue, I'm certain there'll be a fallout. And it's just not that I have to deal with the personally. I'm fine with it. It's my job. But if she pushes the chant too far from the party line, we'll have to distance ourselves officially. Would this article really do that much harm? I'm sure of it. We already get criticized for various incidents in Asgard youth protests. We're towing a line here, carefully. I won't allow that to be printed. I can't. Medusa, what's up? An article. That's it. It's a test project to see the article in action before putting it to the issue. Skim the article. We built this city is the name. It's an emotional and moving page up about the recent events and the future of the Workers' Party. The author weaves in arguments about city corruption with a call to action. A direct call for the workers of the city to not let the freeze dryers corrupt Norvik into becoming another oppressive free city, where wealth is consolidated into the hands of the few, while the many struggle to survive. Then it gives a list of what almost looks like demands on several wide-ranging important topics, from the Golden Line and Guild Union membership fees to social acceptance of cross-folk relations or more. It also contains a striking subtext about wealth being extracted from the city and cities. Yep, this will work with many in the city. Can't you be a little more subtle? We're past subtlety. The people need to know that Norvik is theirs for the taking. Come on, help me out here, will you? Wait, you want me to cast a spell on them? No, gods no. I mean, it wouldn't work, would it? Not really. Nice. She hates them. She hates how she's been pushed down by them all her life. She hates how powerless she feels all the time, every day. Every time she walks down the street and someone looks at her funny. Every time someone asks when she's going to grow up and start a family, instead of playing around in some Asgulus LARP outfit. You see it in her eyes. Hate and anger. Hate from an endless systematic injustice. What are you looking at? She says with a scoff. It's your choice. You don't need this article, Medusa. The system's unfair, yeah, but don't trust Alphos to change it. Alphos to change it. Change it yourself. She stares at you. If you publish this, they'll push you out, and everyone like you. Your voices will be silenced for the years to come. Instead, speak out slowly, bit by bit. She clicks her tongue and looks over to Alphos with a frown, and she glares at you. Not today, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Fine. I'll change it. I'll rewrite the article. Thank you, the dwarf says and closes his eyes. He looks extremely relieved. But I'm not happy about it. I'm so sorry, but really, thank you, Medusa. Alphonse goes over to his comrades to begin the final process over the machines. She grunts out, "You had the ink, right, Mr. Cleric? Enter the ink." She quickly looks it over with a stern face. Green? Really? They didn't have any black. Oh, shit. I'll mix it out with what we have. Should make it readable still. Green is at least thematically relevant. She shrugs. The Medusa pours into the machine. Thanks for this. We'll actually be able to reach the last portion of voters before the election now. And sorry for this mess. I shouldn't apologize, really, but... It's your struggle. I have no part. The uniform seems to beg to differ. Okay, see ya. Man, we are completing all sorts of quests right now. Holy crap. How long do you chill here? So you just chill, chill, chill. All right, cool. To go up here. Oh. What was that? Did not know we could get up here. That's terrifying. Nice. Got more monies. I no idea we could get up here. That's crazy. What can we do? What can we do? It's still crazy I haven't found Mage Hand yet. I feel like that's what we should already have. Boop, 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 boop. Anything else we can do here? All right, let's see how they're doing on the steps down here. I have to hold down shift the entire time? Wish it was a toggle. I wish it was a toggle. See what they're doing down here. Hey buddy, how's it going? Good to see ya. They're working on it still. I think this will be ready by tomorrow in game. So, and if you look, oh, look right there. It's 5 o'clock in game. So, long rest is 8 hours. Yeah, it's one of those where it's just like I've been like almost too efficient. Oh, well, I have a lot of things I can do here. That's below. That's below. Like everything's below. Everything I need to do is below. Does this give me these give me XP? I forget. You have a long line of divine tyrants and feudal lords. Feels like being at the end of history itself, taking dive off into the chasm of hope. It's liberalism, baby. No opinions of it. You may repeat that as much as you want, but the Free Striders slogan carved into your back of your skull proved otherwise, like purely bodily speaking. Unless you get back to riding, of course. True, their power is just too overwhelming. Where does their power come from? Propaganda. Okay, I think you should rethink the whole mindset here from scratch. Like a rebirth? Let's not get all ontological. Free Striderism is the future, that much is clear. What you saw happen in that fancy room between VR and her glowing guests? It's going to be the main conflict going forward, not some scuffle with the Asgol youth students or rigid theocratic bureaucrats gasping to hold on to their mansions. No future obstacles are out there. As Free Striderism creeps across the coast, there'll be a lot of powers ready to meet it both head on and also in more sinister ways. And shown by the Golden Horde, they're clearly trying to co-opt the whole thing. VR's doing the best she can. Oh sure, she's clearly struggling though. Reeds is in a precarious position, believe it or not. It'd be all too easy for the liberal, wondrous dream to collapse in on itself. With enemies on all sides, within and without, you need to band together with your fellow Freestars and fight back. Or if that doesn't work, grab what you can off while the grabbing's good, then jump out the window in a blaze of glory. That does sound like it could collapse at any second. And somehow, over the past 50-something years of crazy radical freestriderism, just hasn't happened. Yeah, duh. Point is, the invisible hand of the market is guiding us, and it'll keep guiding us towards a world where that's a hell of a lot more liberal and a hell of a lot more prosperous. Just as long as you avoid falling into some Asgallus propaganda hole again. Tell you've heard so many times, modern myth, as the old keep being stripped away. Freestriderism, an unstoppable force charging across the coast. You must arm yourself against the storm quickly before you're crushed between the waves. Look, let's be real here. There are 100 different ideologies with 1,000 different interpretations and branches. Out of all of them, Reedsy and freestriderism is probably the most powerful at the moment. You shouldn't throw all your eggs in the proverbial bag of holding, but it certainly wouldn't help or hurt to move a bit closer underneath that yellow banner. So if you've got all those forces pushing at you in all directions, maybe be a bit of an immovable object, you know? Unstoppable force, fight against the forces of the world. So, okay, alters ability score modifier on weapons. Positive modifiers get +1, negative get -1. Invisible hand. Advantage on trifle checks. Immovable object. Your dex modifier also adds to your haggle discount shop stacking with charisma. We're going immovable object. Yep. Yep. That'll be great. Did we just get that much XP for it? I think we just got a bunch of XP for it. Okay, I have 5494 XP. If we get a bunch of XP for this and we level up, that'd be huge. The heart pumps blood to all the veins. Fully interconnected series of stops, each necessary for surviving in the hole. All stops must accept the blood. They can never be cut or clogged, or the entire system collapses in an instant. This is the weakness of the egalitarian dream, as well as strength. Unity and spirit is both rise and fall. Is this a metaphor? Yes and no. Asgallism was born under the conditions of twos. The first, a literacy of the masses, created in various forms across different cultures during the arcane era. The second, a deep enough divide in wealth between the masses and their masters. Feudalism holds deep and fast due to the inability for its serfs to understand the functions of their system, to see their own shackles, how to break them. The more advanced governmental structures of both federated magedoms, that was tough for me to say, parliamentary republics and constitutional empires all grow partly due to their bourgeoisifying. We're going to go with that. Nature and modern city-state industrial developments. In this, some states hold out better than others. Some floating cities, like in Old Demeanor, specifically that of the Shadow Lord, would grant access to magical food to all the lower classes. Others would offer free education for all children, no matter their birth, in order to find those gifted in the art of the esoteric. Actions like these, along with a steadily rising quality of life, prolonged the spread of working class resentment. However, Roykfall Empire had no such luck. The kingly line has sat on their forged throne for hundreds of years. Their monarchical, autocratic ways were roughly burrowed into every cavern and fungus farm, and the population, through developments of the arcane era, trickled down through the cracks of the earth. The already massive dwarven populace exploded. Within a generation, it doubled. Approximately 30 million dwarves lived in the empire by 440 AE. The vast majority of them living in absolute poverty. Starvation was rampant in times of rotten conflict. Heavy taxation mixed with little to no protection from monsters or raids, meaning that life for the serfs was hard and rough. It was in these conditions a man was born and raised, his dreams filled with one thing, emancipation. The right for every dwarf to his own hammer. That man, Asgal Ashmask. The birth of Asgallism, what a story. It technically goes back even further. What Asgal did was gain access to books by banned dwarven scholars, gnomish thinkers, Anurian philosophers, all pointing him towards his own brand of radical egalitarian ideology. Asgallism exploded with Asgal and his revolution, yeah, but It was born as early as the Divine Era, for these folks had lingered in the minds of all folk for as long as there had been shackles, and have been documented about for as long as there's been paper to write on. Yeah, it took to a walking god to push their oppressive regime back. Asgol wasn't a god, he was a man. Asgol was a man blessed by a divine force. He was no god, yet it is true, despite what many say, that he used great esoteric power and strength to lead his revolution. What happened then? Many dwarves died during the initial fighting. Many more died during the first years of the AFF. How many exactly? Millions. It's a lot of dead dwarves. This is a point of contention for you and many others. Asgolism had a slow start. The dwarves quickly pulled out of the Coast War, leaving the VK behind. But with that, many dwarves were put back into the workforce and reunited with their families after decades of warfare. Economically, they were unable to manage such a sprawling set of states, but the fungus farms and vast cavern valleys were handed to the people who worked on those lands, instead of the greedy nobles who once lorded over them all. Asgol took steps in the right direction, even as all the forces in the world pushed against him. The monarchies were awful, but the system killed too many people. The cost was very high, but the lessons learned were here to heart. Today, Asgolism, in all of its forms, along with the lessons of the folk hymn, show us a brave new path. That of a softer Asgolism, that of democratic socialism. Just as bad as pure Asgolism, but with a dangerous allure of normalcy. That's your greed sneaking through. The argument against social democracy in Asgol circles is simple, however. It does not do enough. The forces of capital easily consume and co-opt the socialist goals. They did just this in Salvani, before it was taken in by the Free Shires as a free city. Norvik itself is under the same threat. As such, it remains a debate. The dwarves who have made great cooperation with the humans of the city all have converted to this nicer form of slow incrementalism, a social democratic ideal. In this unity between humans and dwarves, you also see this grander vision of an egalitarian future, for there is no greater example of post-folk type exclusivism. But at the same time, the younger, more hot-headed Asgolists also have a dream of their own, one of truly owning the means of production post-haste, like Asgol intended. So the question remains, you have dealt with the first hand in the past. Should Norvik embrace radical Asgolism or continue down the path? We need to be apolitical. The Copper Press, those mad Asgolists are utilizing as they should to influence the minds of the populace. During better times, the Arcanists would do as such in more direct ways, of course, but the irony of that is lost upon the poor souls. If anything, you can learn something from watching their mass media propaganda. Oh lordy, where are we going with this? The printing of ideas is a second step towards emancipation, the realization of a better world. They are enduring, cast out from below, exiled from their homeland, spread across the land, above and beneath. Like agrarians, they see the earth growing, a weed or a fertile weed you do not know. This is the Asgolian endurance. A weed, sure, as such, the land requires proper cleansing at some point. Not a weed, a fungus. Feeding a family of 16 dwarflings all hungry from working the fields. And if they do not have enough to feed themselves, their neighbors will share what they have. Okay, what's mass media propaganda? Alters ability score modifiers on text. Positive modifiers gain +1, negative modifiers gain -1. Human dwarf unity. When you're at full health, whenever you take damage, those dials are at this disadvantage. Asgol endurance. For every 3 hours spent being exhausted, you lose 1 level of exhaustion. I feel like that's the best. So you just passively, yeah, let's do this. I know I have too many feats. 700 XP. That's a level. No, it's close to a level. Dang it. Okay, let's do this one more time and then we get a level. Free levels. The Pale Man is deaf. Yeah, I'm aware. It's a lich that drains the world. A perpetual spirit in flesh, suckling life from everything around. As the ultimate selfish creator, a man builds upon the suffering of everything else, the pale man's death. And you resisted his touch, his cold, icy touch. Make it sound so appalling. He must be slain eventually. Once you get a little stronger, that is. Well, it's foolish. You only made it through sheer luck and determination. What's the right thing to do? But yeah, you're lucky to be alive. Now you stand here, free from the lich's grasp. His evil shall not overtake you. For now, you are happy to have survived such an encounter, that you managed such a feat. It inspires you. Your body is a vessel. A vessel of blood. A wonderful resource. I don't follow. You must use it, wield it. There is power in expending such a resource to drain it. Like a lich, yet not. Instead of draining it from others, like some filthy vampire, you suckle yourself. That sounds disgusting. It is natural. Gain strength through blood magic, the good kind. Your stomach is rumbling about hemomancy. How intriguing. Usually wielded through others, there's a path to be found in sapping your own strength. What? No, do not do that. Silence. It is folly, though. You gain much more by simply utilizing another inspiration from the pale man. His lichdom himself. I will never succumb to such desperation. You'll have no need for it, of course. When the time comes, you will not give your glorious life up for such a tiny fraction of power. But until then, you can surely find shortcuts by taking inspiration in that undeathly state, reaching a state of almost lichdom, a state that is almost perfect. That sounds horrible. I like life. Yes, you do. And all the pain that comes with it. There's an unfeeling nature in that stasis, a numbness of belief in folklorian spirit, and all their shapes and sizes. Do not trust the pale man to be anything but a horrid lesson in despair. Instead, embrace the faults in your mind, the quirks, the pain in existence. Do not strive to be numb and void. Strive to be wonderfully uneven in your life. Strive toward an esoteric neuroticism. That doesn't sound very perfect. It's not. That's what makes it real. The ridges of a mountain, the beauty of scars, a symbol of time, a life lived and dreams pursued. All right, almost lichdom. Inspired by your favorite pale man, you no longer gain health from healing. You also become invulnerable to all forms of damage. When you take damage of any kind, you always gain one level of exhaustion. Whenever you heal more than 6 HP from any one source, you lose 1 level. Oh, that sounds awful. Esoteric neuroticism. When you do not have any shards azure, you can spend hit points to unlock dialogue options. Oh! Blood magic. When you run out of spell slots, you can cast spells with hit points. I don't like any of these. But we're going to go this one because that's the one that's... I mean, we're never going to use it, but... And level. Put one on wisdom. Beautiful. How many more of these do we got? 1, 2. We only got 2 left. We'll do this in a little bit. We just did 3 of them, so. Well, that took like 10 minutes of game time, so. Now we just gotta wait for a couple hours. We gotta wait for an hour and a half. So, because we need to go take that thing in Water Lane. But the problem is we have to wait till she's out. The best way to wait till she's out when it's like past nighttime. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we've already done this. Oh. Enter. Let's see if he has Revivify. I found this mimic. A mimic? Oh. Scary thing, Master Beware on this one. How very, very quaint. Picked up familiars at an alarming rate, cleric. I'm certain you will handle the monstrosity well. Hope you're not implying I'm also familiar. Acquire assistance. Spellcasting. We've already done this before. Darn. Sounds awful. Hold on, I have a question. I gotta get more spells. Out the palace archives. Or the great library in the towers. It's all downstairs. We've already done all this, so that's why I'm just kind of clicking through it really quickly. Yeah, all the help I need. See you later. Think I've done this already? Yep. Oh, right, we can cast Comprehend Language on this one now. Nice! I'd forgotten about that. These words then popped into place. Reading the first passage. I wiped the sweat from my brow, the lair is hot. My companion was consumed by the lower beast in the first wave. I saw his soul, yet still screaming at me as I stepped up into the auditorium. No, I would not allow myself a meek death. The book details a first-hand account of one of the many lambs, the strongest of their tribes, who was sent to fight before the great green dragon. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. We're going to call it TD. The last of the great dragons of demeanor to still reign at this time in the early divine era. The author Callum was one of few to survive. He writes how he ended up in the good favors of the Queen of Tree after many years of servitude, but he never gave up his dream of killing each of them. It's fascinating. Keep reading. Books consume time. Perfect. Read the full book. A long decade in this hall, she saw something in me, perhaps it was my bloodlust. Callum became the loyal first human of, TD, a type of manservant. He was by her side at all times. He listened to her every word, documenting it. This book contains a long series of transcripts, seemingly directly from the ancient dragon herself, and it slowly reveals how the author learns not just basic tongue of Draconic, but rather the deeper power behind those words. A human playing the strings was amusing to her, for none could even ever dream of handling anything but the most shallow of songs until the day I understood. This is fascinating. The story is told to all who taught magic, how the first arcanist stole the knowledge. This you have not heard. Callum de Minori listened to the ancient dragon until he understood. Dragons control strings not just with words, but with their voices. But once that clicked, the book explains he learned how to tap into the words of power, higher tier magic. It goes on to, with incredible detail by the way, explain exactly how his research went during those years. How he managed to procure and transcribe dozens of previously dragon-only spells. How he did not master all of them, but he did master some. He trained himself until he could cast a spell at yours limits. That's a 9th level spell. It goes on for pages describing basic stuff about the Draconic Civil War, similar to the things you read in school, how all those demeanor fell and they're raging. In that chaos, humans were starting to rebel. One word, kill. Thus, the Aram of Worm was faded with man raised in its place. I am Callum of de Minori. My words shape worlds. Myself is is what I am become. The book ends with instructions on various draconic and magical theory, most of which you already know. Elementary. However, look at the final cantrip. Mage Hand was here this entire time? I hate it. I hate it. It was here this entire time. I can get all the apples. This will let you steal shit from a distance, won't it? Oh my gosh. I was hoping I'll learn a power from this. You tried it once, remember? The back of the library found a transcript, you tried to memorize it. Found you next day on the ground, barely breathing. Your eyeballs had exploded. My eyeballs exploded? What a day. Yeah, I shouldn't do that again. I was literally asking, like, where the heck is this? It was literally just in front of me this entire time. It's great here. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh. And it's cantrip. Bird's nest. Scary beast has goals. Stop leaning over the edge. Obsidian amulet, advantage against aberrations. Nice. How long does that last? I now just have a hand. Okay. Oh, we have 28 HP now. That's great. We're basically having just kind of kill time until 7 o'clock at night. So, yeah, we've done a lot of quests. A lot of quests have been completed today, which has been awesome. Like all the rest of these, I don't think I can do yet. Like that, I'm literally waiting till tonight to do. And then everything else is we're waiting for basically the entrance to be done. You know what, bud? What should we do? Yeah. We've already done all that, though. Go stand by the garden? Guess you can come with. So I gotta wait till night. Okay. Yeah, he's like, hey, go do this. It's like, but we can't yet. Go do that. We can't. They're building the way down there. They're building the way down there. So I kind of sort of can't. Too far away? Well, then get your butt over there. Copper calendar. We've already done this before too. Yeah, we've already done this. Can I go to sleep? Oh, I'm not tired enough. Go make some money instead, you lazy bum. Wanting to sleep for more than 8 hours a day. I do that all the time. Shut up. Yeah, we're pretty much in a waiting period. Because the way we're supposed to go, I think, is like it's currently being built by the goblins. So we can't actually go down there and do anything yet. So yeah. We're basically having to wait until tonight so we can steal the thing. Although now that we have Mage Hand, we can try it with Mage Hand. Wait, weren't we supposed to say give something to him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Huh?
I know where it is. Let's go. Yeah, let's see if we can do it with Mage Hand. I'm curious. Hmm. If anything, we can just shoot the breeze with our buddy up there for the next little bit. Oh, she's still here. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Oh, boy. Where's our buddy? There he is. I was like, where is he? All right. I have got to use the bathroom really quickly. So I'm going to leave you with Snur Appledent. Actually, hold on. I don't think time moves forward. We're waiting for time right now. That's what we're doing. So, oh, we can do a short rest. That'll be perfect. Okay. So I'm going to leave you just right here. So I'll be right back. Gotta use the bathroom. Ugh, we are back. We are back. Sorry about that. A little bit of a bio break. Why don't you use this magic in your mind healing? We're just slowly but surely going through all this dialogue. If I find a cure mind spell, is that even a thing? Although the thought of such magic gives me sort of an ontological nightmare. It's fun. Universal indicator of the negative. When you heal a person, magic itself targets a sort of pain, sort of bullseye for reverting any harm, no matter the source of specific biology. Well, if one person suffers from night terrors caused by some horrors in the past, should a mind heal spell remove your ability to have night terrors, or should it remove the traumatic source from your memory? Ooh, that's a good question. Could the latter lead to a society without neurotic people? Would that also dampen society? Would that also dampen other fears? What would Jor consider be a good level? The world inside each mind needs to be diverse. Both good and all? There's a reason why a spell doesn't exist then. Indeed. No, the mind requires another method. One eye and many others are attempting to untangle. How does this death and resurrection stuff work? Can one spontaneously resurrect themselves? Not heard of such a thing. Can death change your nature? Necromancers in this old arcane era traditions did study much on the topic. And yes, death and subsequent resurrection can function as a reset for the mind in a way. But arguably no less than any other severe trauma. The data is hard to trust, however, so I will not say for sure. There is much to do on the topic, and I'm no expert. Is there a soul? F do I know. Ghosts exist, of course, as do race and other foul undead spirit things. And there is much arcanist data on such a thing, like if a person is resurrected, their ghost ceases to be. That implies that the ghost is the soul, right? But Speak the Dead does not. In fact, a ghost is technically able to ask questions of his own corpse. Very surreal. Which implies the soul also leaves a conscious remnant of itself, which is able to be animated through magic. And if a person is resurrected, even after very long periods of time, they'll have no memory of their time as a free soul. Thus, there is evidence that the soul is not so much your personality. It's just all up in the brain from what we can see, but rather some type of divine spark. Like a power source that wants to be one with the universe. The Lich is specifically a creature who consumes these so-called souls for their own gain, which is not much common. Not very common. Not much common. Yeah, that's English. Destruction of that magical spark is, of course, a horrid crime of metaphysical levels, since resurrection, rebirth, or unity with one's god is impossible at that point. But then again, back in the day, it used to be common for mortals to sell their souls in various devils or aberrations. Seems complicated. It is. See ya. Anything else we can do here? What's here? Open Blind Manifesto. The book. Always listen to your hungry stomach. It says big ugly letters on the first page. This crazy old text. Same as always, the book begins with a tirade about property ownership. Then on the 5th page, you find a diagram showing how to ritualistically summon a demon. It's incorrect, however, on purpose supposedly. The purpose is metaphoric criticism of authoritarian governments. The rest is a series of extreme essays on the topics of hedonism, rejection of statehood, free association, maximizing sensation, direct democracy, and reciprocal exchange. It paints up an image of an ideal world where all can live without strife simply through the cooperation and love of all things. Made illegal in many cities after its release in 466 AE, this rambling text has survived one reason for another. It's the thing that makes you feel good, the text of truth. Put the book away. The Folk. Alexandro. This was the first book placed in your hands as Earth Folk Recruit. Open it. I'll do that later. Oh. Okay, hold on. Gotta do a little something there. There we go. Sorry about that. Someone wanted me to buy viewers. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Short rest. I had to ban him really quickly. You get it. Cool. And it's night. Can you leave, please? Sorry. I need to get in there. Okay. I know where we can go, though, to make time pass a little bit more quicker. A little bit more quickly, not more quicker. That's not proper English. Well, I seem to be having a lovely conversation right there. Go here. Whoa. Doesn't exactly look like dusk. Boop, 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 boop. Because what we can do is at 7 o'clock, our celestial friend up here goes for a lap. And she has documents on her place. I'm actually gonna save it really quickly just to make sure we don't go too far. This is the time flipping through right now. Really? I want to do this. These little documents. Cool. It's also fast forwards time. Bro, I literally told you that's what I'm doing. I think I'm going to bed. After 8 o'clock. I'll just do a short rest. I'll just do a short rest. Roll max on a hit die. Nice. Perfect. An elf in a tea shop's like the start of some dumb riddle. I hate riddles. See you, Mark Clerk. Fine. Finally. We'll spend 90 minutes. I don't really care. It's just a bunch of information, so. Perfect. That's how you very quickly pass time. Okay. So now we need to go back down to water lane, see if our girl's gone. So that way we can get the thing for our boys that are in here. Y'all, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We're at the bottom. Perfect. Let's go. Boop. Boop. Is she gone? That's the question of the hour. Is she gone? Wait, I have an idea. That's a really dumb idea. That's why I'm saving it. I have a really dumb idea. Can I just short rest until she leaves? I'm curious. Hold on. If this works, it's gonna be hilarious. Just gonna wait till she leaves and then do it. And I got my spells back. Okay, I think she leaves after midnight. I saved it beforehand, so we're fine. Yes, she's gone. It worked. It worked. Crap, sorry. It is so windy outside right now. Why? No reason, it's just because it feels like it. Cool. Check the mirror, the safe behind the wall. Kneecap tip. Oh my gosh. Tip? Yes, tip. The scarf drags you to the left, forcing you to look at the fireplace. Ugly smoke is watching, beware. That's very helpful. Meek is happy to help. Look over to the fire. Glittering eyes. Inspect the safe. Old design, arcane era. Simple mechanism, but builds upon entering an esoterically attuned iron piece. Thick walls, a handle, the words Orion and Glot are hammered in place. This will be difficult to get into without the proper tools. Oh, right, the method. Did your mother ever tell you it's rude to stare? Squat down and look closer. Your eyes adjust the brightness of the fire. A figure lies upon the lit timber. Like a puff of smoke materialized into a solid chunk. It's a method, a primal spirit. Keep staring. That's how groan rolls around the fireplace. Terrible to meet you. I meet you while I am... Don't care. I'm in charge here, so don't do anything nasty or report you to the Tusk Lady. Tusk Lady. Amazing. Isn't it really late, too? Keep staring closer. Stares back for a moment. What the hell? Don't stare. There's something I can get you to do to look the other way. Look, I'm bound here, you know? Only higher ores allow me to look the other way. I'm taller than you, so... You were an elemental lord or something, that changed things, but you're not, so... Prove your... Oh. Yes, we got it! Natural 18! Shield. Your skin is a shield. Take off your right glove. Huh? Place your hand in front of the smoke eye right in the flames. Confidently, you reach forth. Oh, Smoky Smoky, what the critting are you doing? With your second hand, you cast Druid Craft, causing a flame to wrap around your hand. Holy hells and bells and stuff. It's not a lot, but you can sway the flames by tugging primal strings. Dang, dude. This is tough. Slowly remove your damaged hand from the fire. Your heartbeat screams in your ears. Blood rushing, adrenaline pumping. Beyond your body, a smoke creature laughs wildly. You're awesome. Guess you are an elemental lord. I'll look the other way. You go ahead and do whatever you want, boss. All right, see you, spirit. That was sick. All right, we are also saving it here. For no reason. All right. Oh my word. It's still a DC 25. Okay, what all do I have dex-wise? Plus dex, plus dex. Oh, this would be really good. Let's move you here. Move that there. It's +2 dex. That's better. Oh, right. Bone dust is second level. I forgot that. That's minus dex. We don't want that. Movable rod. Okay. Move this guy here. Actually, let's go here and go here, go here. Perfect. +1 dex. Okay. Gosh, this is gonna be a really tough roll. Okay, we need you. Sorry, buddy. Give me 2 seconds, buddy. We have we have a +5 there now. I think that's the best we can do. Using your esoteric lockpick may now go down to 15. How cool, dude. Which means +5, so we need a 10. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go enhance ability. So now we only need an 8. And now we're going to save it again, because why not? And we get advantage. Oh, we get +3 as well. Oh, this is cool. Okay, come on. Got it, baby. Let's go. Tracing the rim of the keyhole with your gloved fingers, you sense the esoterically aligned arcane power within. It sends tingles up your entire arm. You bring out the lockpick, using it to explore the mechanism inside. Being careful not to trigger the magical barrier inside, you realize by exploring that rim inside has a dead cell. A tiny gap where the spell does not reach. Press against the gap. You do so. Within seconds, you hear a click. Whatever you did just worked. Just look inside. You lean in. You hear Mephit whistling in his fire. I ain't seen nothing here. No, sir. Grab the orange ledger. So you realize how light it is. Is it just one paper, too? What the hell? Why would they keep a single contract alone in a safe? It must be juicy. Look at the text real quick. It's easy enough to understand what this means. The contract is between the trade company and the city of Norvik. What's this about? The contract states that from the 1st of Beltan on the morning of Blood Night, that's 4 days after the election, the land rights of 15 collective ports of Norvik will be transferred to a bunch of company names you never heard of. Then there's signatures of those businessmen. They're all magistrates. One of them says, Nicholas Darrow, the city's selling off every port in the city. Genius move, honestly. This means the Freestars will get control of the city no matter what happens on election day. The magistrates will all get rich. Oh, they're good. Now to get info, you better get out here, but should I release this somehow? Yes. The folk need to know the truth. Not gonna stop it either way. Should turn it in, back to VR later on. Make some friends and enemies. The city's corrupt, what a surprise. Well, let's go say hi to our friends, shall we? That's big. Like, that's like a huge reveal. Geez, so the Free Striders are getting control of the city anyway. So they don't care. I wonder if they're still in here. It might not because it's too late. Yeah, they're not. I'll have to turn it into them tomorrow. In-game. Perfect. Alrighty. Well, let's go to sleep in game. What a productive day. Oh, before I forget, let me put everything else that I normally have back on. Because I will forget to do that. Put you there. Put you there. What do I normally have? Yeah, I think it is. Cool. Long rest time. Shape. Just fall into the softness of this bedroll in this tiny tower. You feel tired. Kind of tired sleep just won't fix. You really worked your ass off for the revolution. Then you even managed to do exactly what Viara wanted in that talk with the ambassador. She's lucky to have you. A true freestrider is what you are, working so hard for the revolution. You know well, a bright future awaits in this new Norvik. Will you be able to complete this quest of yours? I hope so. Hopefully they're done with the area down there. Below the below, that is where you must go. That rhymes. That is where you will find your answers. Answers within strings. Let's do it. Day 4. 2 days remaining. I'm trying to get used to this tower. I miss your bed. Home with mom. Dear mom. Not like she'd be home. Yeah, she's busy out hustling like always, like she should. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, what's up, buddy? What are you doing here?
Huh?
Ah, hello again, cleric. Can I help you? I feel like I already... What was the last thing on resurrections? One hell of a question. Wait. We've asked him all these before. Yeah, we've asked him all these before. I was like, wait, hold on. I recognize these. We've asked him all these questions before. What? What's up, boys? Found the documents. What? I mean, awesome. How'd you? I asked for it nicely. Really? Yeah. I guess you got them wrapped around your fingers, Lord Cleric. You have it. Hand in the ledger. The blonde kid slowly opens the ledger with shaking hands. You watch him as he squints, staring at the handful of papers. This is... The magistrates are selling out the city. They are. They actually are. What? Let me see. Quiet kid leans over, his face grows pale. Rollo? Holy shit. This is big. He's shaking. Be careful with that. Oh yes, of course. He carefully places the contract within the ledger again. Our contact will want this. His eyes dart around the room. Maybe, this might sound dumb, but maybe if we share this with Medusa. What? But she's got a printer. This needs to spread fast in order to make a difference. Because, like, what the hell can we actually do with this ourselves? The shield guy knows what to do, right? Sure, but he's nervous about this. He seeks approval. Not sure I trust the contact with this. What should we do? Oh gosh, this is a damn mess. Sharing it, I think though, sharing it with Medusa is wise. She could help spread the word. Tell them to talk to the Asgol youth. He nods along, facing his friends with a stern face. The election's like right now, if we want to get the word out. The chant, oh no. I don't think she's gonna like this, Rollo. This is probably true, but if she hears what we've got, we can turn this election together. It's time to save the world, boys. Awesome, so could you help, Cleric? Of course. Please go ask Medusa to meet up with us. If you can find her, we still haven't been able to locate the printing press. I know where it is. Heard they're supported by dwarven coins. I've been there, I'll just go talk to her. Oh, good. What, you have? You know where the printing press is? You're an Asgol? Ah, all right. I don't know why I asked, I don't really care. Just help us, we'll be happy. Guys want me to invite Melissa? All right. That's crazy, dude. They're threatening to sell out the city. Okay, quickest way would actually be... I accidentally cast Mage Hand. It's fine. Actually, through here.
Oh.
Mr. Cleric, Rollo wants to have a meeting with you. What? I said he wants to have a meeting with you. He wants to... You're kidding. He has information to share. What kind of information? Think you might want to join forces against a common enemy. Oh. Free Striders? Yep. Ah. So let me guess, you want something printed? Possibly. She looks around. You know what? Fine. Rollo can get a meeting. But I'm bringing the girls, and it's happening now. Now. I'll round about to head over to the roller mill. Where they still hang out, right? Yes, they do. Of course. You better be there, Cleric. Otherwise, I can't guarantee their safety. All right. Let's go do it. Need to get a little... All right, buddy. Oh, this isn't his house. That's his house. That's his house. Wrong one. Sorry. Hey, buddy. You ready? Ready to head out? All right, buddy. Well, get ready. A lot of crap's hitting the fan right now. So, just be ready. Alrighty. Let's keep it moving. I'm gonna save it before I enter that building. I'll probably autosave anyway, but... Hi, Mr. Crab, how are you? Here we go. They're there. I see them. She holds her head high in silence. You see the halfling looking around the room, as if searching for any sense of threat from the boys. The dwarf girl is trembling. You shouldn't be here, Medusa. She waves off her friend's concern. Rollo, what's your deal?
Huh.
My deal? Yeah, what's your problem? Everyone, let's calm down. Calm down, this piece of shit's been hounding us for a month. Now he wants to talk? Like, what's the hell? What is this? What do you want? You, he says and stops himself to let out a frustrated laugh. You, Medusa, and your friends, you're indoctrinated. It's a big word, Rollo. You learned that yesterday? We have some information. Information? The dwarf girl pipes up in the back. We do, actually. Yeah, you should shut up and listen to Rollo for once, Medusa. Medusa crosses her arms and grunts out. Okay. Speak. Rollo glances at you. We got our hands on a secret document detailing the sale of Water Lane. What? What are you guys talking about? It's true, the short boy pipes up in the corner. They're selling the whole thing to free striders. Medusa's mocking laugh goes silent. Show me. You have to promise me you'll show me, Rollo. Fine. The girl carefully grabs the ledger from Rollo as he hands it over. As she flips through the pages, she asks, how many copies have you made? The boys look at each other. Oh, good, got to be good, she mutters and stares at the fine print, adjusting her glasses. Is that my job? Did I forget? Shut up, Sten. Holy... The noble silent dwarf girl just suddenly exclaims some profanity and puts some hand over her mouth. That's the magistrate's sigil! What, you're kidding? Medusa slowly looks up and from the paper and glares at Rollo. Where'd you find this? I got it from the Scotty Reese Trading Company headquarters on Waterline. I can vouch for the information inside. Huh. So you stole it. Wasn't what I was looking for necessarily, but yes. It's ours now. We need ways to spread the info. Hold on, you want us to print it in the chant? Well, yeah. She clicks her tongue and looks at Zerba, then Jaheen. They both shrug. The chant is illegal anyway. What are they going to do? Arrest you? It's not that I'm worried. That's not that I'm worried about, dumbass. Think about the expose I'll be writing on this. Medusa? Wait, what do you mean? I'll write one and put it in the chant. Duh. Hold on. I asked for your help because I want you to spread the information, like send it out to a bunch of newspapers. The chant's the best paper in the city. It's also the smallest. My parents have never heard of it. That's actually relevant, Sten. Yeah, like no one normal knows about the chant. You can write whatever you want, but you also need to send it to other papers. She scoffs. So they can't, just so they can ignore it all because they don't want to piss off their investors? You guys clearly have no idea how stuff works. But won't it be safest to send it out just in case? And also write the article? Just hold on. Look, we need to get a good spread here. Then it'll just get lost in the noise. We need a spearhead. We do. Try to think. Medusa wants her story big. Would people care about the voice of a small, unsupported newspaper? Would the big papers bite more or less if the chant wrote about it first? And again, it's more about whether it comes out before or after the election, too. Before, of course. But it's pretty soon, isn't it? Medusa, give me back the documents. The Asco girl grips them harder. Tense. They need to understand each other. They will find a compromise. Make them understand each other. Beautiful. I rolled nat 1 there. 2 lines, go. Medusa. Rollo's the one who suggested to talk with you. Really? You'll get to write your article, but you need to take in everyone's opinion here. Rollo produces a conspicuous sound. Rollo, the Asgul youth obviously know more about printing than you do. Listen to them. They know what they're doing. Both sides look at you. A compromise can be found. Medusa will write her exclusive. On the day of the election, when the article is out, you make sure the copies of the document are delivered to the other publications. Win-win. Fine, right? Rollo lays eyes on his companions for a few seconds, just to make sure they agree. They all nod. Good, great, I'm okay with that. It's a deal. We can trust her, right? Sten asks, pointing at Medusa. Oh, this boy's so blunt. Yeah, Rollo replies with a shrug. Think so. She puts the documents in order in the ledger. Of course you can trust me. We have the same enemies. Yeah, I guess we do, don't we? Duh, the Free Striders. They're destroying the city, selling it out. Ruining the working class's only chance at a stable life. A good income. My dad's working overtime all the time. Mine too. Think mine's more of a dad thing though. Rent in apartments is too high too. Although that's more of an income problem too, I suppose. It goes together. My parents were evicted last year just because the landlord raised the rent twice in a year. That was Dinkleberry, right? I heard he's an asshole. We need rent control laws. Housing shouldn't be some wild investment portfolio. The state needs to regulate it or everyone suffers. The earth folks suffer, you mean. And halflings and merfolk and dwarves. And goblins. Of course. They're finding common ground. It's beautiful. The point is, in short, capital needs to be taken down. Capital? She pauses, adjusts her glasses, and elaborates. The ones with money. Well, yeah, that's a good start. Hold on just a damn second. You're lucky I'm apolitical, or else this would have actually stirred some emotions in my cold, dead heart. Medusa scoffs. I'll have to go set this whole thing in motion. Gosh, no, we have enough to do. Jaheen taps her on the back. Don't worry, I'll run back and prep the machine. Yeah, and I can help you on the copy service, Medusa. Good. Hey, Rollo. Gene will come back in an hour to return the documents. You trust us that long, right? Standing before each other, Rollo looks down at the girl and with a question on his face. Huh, why are you looking at me like that? He clenches his jaw and looks away. I trust you, Medusa. And, thanks for this. He holds out a hand. She looks at it and adjusts her glasses. Sure. She grabs her hand, his hand shaking it. Now let's go. Skanda. The girl leaves in a hurry, leaving you with 4 shell-shocked boys. Well, that's it. Thank you as well, cleric. You've really changed the city for the better, I'm sure of it. The large kid pumps his fist into the air. Yeah! Oh yeah. Urs Ninse mumbles and sparks a flame with a finger snap. Cool, the short kid says. In the back says, we're gonna be stuck here for an hour, aren't we? Probably, yeah. Be careful out here, boys. Roller gives you a thumbs up. Well, we're gonna be here a bit longer, so anything else you need? Nah, thanks, bud. Emerald Seal completed. Oh my gosh. Wait, is this entire side right here completed? Besides the paladin? Yeah. Everything right here besides this. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. All right, we gotta go down the river. Wrong game. Wrong game. Hopefully they're done down here. Once again, I want to double check. What quest do we have? That's below. That's below, I think. Valkyrie's below. That's below. I think that just goes on forever. So I haven't gotten that. That's below. I think that's going to be below. That's probably below. Yeah, a lot of these... Paladin Gorm, they said that's probably below. Looks like everything else for quest wise is like the city below the city. That's what it seems like. Everything else we just gotta go deeper, you know? Like that's what it looks like. Where is it? There it is. We should have our girl with us, so hopefully this will go better. We're also level 5, so that's a positive. We're not level 4. What is she doing here? Like everybody's here. Crazy. All right, we are going to probably beat this tomorrow. It is, sorry for a little bit shorter stream, but it's getting a little late. Need to hit the hay for tomorrow morning. So yeah, thanks y'all for watching. I'm gonna turn this music on and then unmute and then mute. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for probably the conclusion of this game. So yeah, have fun, have a good night's rest, and see you tomorrow. Peace.